Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody, and welcome back here to some more coverage here. Actually today we have ourselves a pretty interesting threat for severe weather out there, as we do have ourselves a threat for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds we are going to need to be following anyways. But we'll definitely be watching out for it, my friends. We got a lot of stuff to go over here, but you know what? I didn't have that set up. There we go. All right, what's up, everybody? Oh, shoot. We actually have our first tornado warning that just issued as soon as we went live. What a better time to go live here. What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's see, Jazor, we have Logan, we have Sam, we have Joseph, Crystal, let's see, TJ. Let's see, what state is this in? So this is actually across a lot of states, across like Kansas, moving through Nebraska and into Iowa. Like I said, they just now issued a tornado warning, though, in effect for areas in southwestern Iowa. We're going to go ahead and pause this here on the latest frame here. This is for areas like Malvern, Hastings. So you guys are under a tornado warning now for radar indicated threat. So basically it means that just rotation's been picked up here by radar. Also, 2-inch hail in diameter. That's some pretty large hail. That does seem to be a big old concern out there. So we'll continue to watch all of that stuff here. But anyways, well, what's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Like I said, here in the latest hour. Wow, dude, a lot has really kicked off here in the last few minutes. Let me go ahead and switch you all over here to the satellite view just to kind of show you what I was talking about. So as you can see, all those big old plumes, you know, these guys out there. So that's actually looking at from, you know, obviously from space. But look at that. So we go back here in the latest frames here, and you notice how as we track away forward, how all those little plumes start to grow and bigger in size. Also up there towards, like, you know, Chicago region, we're actually seeing, you know, a lot of thunderstorm activity out there too. So it's definitely really interesting. So we have this whole line of storms that's actually starting to fire off here, in which we are going to continue to watch this here. So here's that in particular line of storms here. And the good thing is about this here is I actually have another or a program I'm going to start using more on this stream here. It'll actually show us, you know, where the storms are at, obviously, by radar. But we also have, like, pressure and, you know, wind direction, wind speed, stuff like that. So we can obviously kind of get a very good understanding more in the observation field. But right now, here's the kind of the cool thing. You notice how there's this line here. The winds on the eastern side are moving at the line, and the winds on the western side are moving at the line as well. So this is right there. I believe that is right there where the cold front is at. And that is a portion of where these storms are actually firing off here. So it's pretty interesting. Definitely pretty interesting. But like I said, we're just going to need to continue to watch all these storms here for today. Like I said, we already have a bunch of them already starting to fire off here. Like I said, once again, today they actually did issue an enhanced risk, a severe threat level 3 out of 5. So they actually did issue a pretty big old risk out there, in which we definitely should be, you know, watching here. Definitely should be watching out here for. Let's see, gust front. Okay. Yeah, that honestly could look like a gust front too. Cold fronts and gust fronts look the same on radar, actually. They do for the most part. Yeah, looks like we got a lot of growing cell activity here towards Oklahoma City, which is really interesting. Let's see. Norman. Got a pretty interesting storm out there. Look at that. Hail size up to 2.5 inches in diameter. Like, we're talking some monstrous hail out there. 1.75 over there. Wow. See, tornado warning storm near Omaha. Yeah, we were just looking at that here. Once again, right now it's currently a radar indicated threat here for basically areas towards Hastings, as we were talking about Malvern, meaning that there has been rotation that's been detected here by the radar. We'll go ahead and look at the velocity on this right now. You can kind of see it's honestly not really anything too crazy. It's not, you know, rotating like heavily right now. There is a bit of weak rotation that's currently occurring. So therefore, it's still radar indicated for now. But if you guys are across like Clark, areas here of White Cloud, Malvern, Hastings, however you want to say that, you guys should indeed be inside of a safe spot. You know, such as a basement. Or a, like I said, storm cellar, obviously one of the best options you can go to. And if not, then go to the centralmost interior portion of your home. That is obviously, you know, the best place to go here whenever it comes to it, if you do not have any of those other ones. Yeah, but it looks like out of a lot of these storms here that's currently firing off here, we have a big old hail concern. You know, a lot of these guys are actually producing some pretty monstrous hail from what it looks like. This is 1.25, so that's not too large, quarter size. But look at this. Once we start to move into these guys, we're talking 1.5, 1.75. So that's literally like ping pong and golf ball size hail out of those storms here. And like I said, these things are firing all from a line. I mean, literally all the way from central Oklahoma, going all the way up here into northeastern Kansas, southeast Nebraska, and southwestern Iowa. Is currently where these storms are firing off here. And like I said, we actually have ourselves our first tornado warning that just got issued here not too long ago. Once again, you can see the latest scan here. Now, there is rotation. There is obviously rotation, and that's why they actually issued this warning, obviously. But when it comes to it, though, it's kind of weak rotation right now, but we'll need to continue to watch this here. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to switch you all over here to back to this radar here, because we actually have a lot of hail reports coming through. Let's see, 2 inches in diameter, kind of the biggest one I see right now. I mean, we are seriously looking at some big old hail out there being reported. Let's see, 1.75 inch, 1.25 out of this guy, northeast Nebraska. So, like I said, even though we're just really starting this event here, it seems like the hail is really starting to come down here pretty good. So we're definitely we need to watch out for that. Let me actually switch you guys over here to the Storm Prediction Center for a moment, because I do want to go ahead and show you guys, like I said, the current situation here that they actually put out. Once again, we have an enhanced risk. So the biggest areas of severe weather expectancy for today is across northeast Kansas, southeast Nebraska, southwestern Iowa, northwestern Missouri. This is an enhanced risk, a severe threat level 3 out of 5. So obviously, the higher number you go up, the more severe potential could get. Tornadoes will be a concern. There's two areas that we are really watching for tornado potential is across these areas in the 5% zone. Now, this is obviously not the highest chance for tornadoes. It's, definitely not the lowest either. I mean, the lowest is across the green, but we have another area that's a little bit higher, 5% chance across the areas in brown. So these are the regions we got to really be looking at for possible tornadic activity for today. Damaging winds is where it gets you. Look at that. Across that enhanced risk, a 30% chance of seeing some damaging winds, potentially 70 miles an hour and over. Like, we're talking some big old wind gusts being possible. So we're going to need to watch out for large hail and damaging winds. And speaking of large hail, look at this. Here's that hail threat. Kind of similar in some aspects, but you see how there's a big old net around this? This is telling us that we have the potential for what we call significant hail, or hatch. This is a hatch risk, which basically means that there is a possibility that some of these hailstones could be 2 inches in diameter or larger. So we're definitely talking some pretty large hail potential out there. So we're going to need to really be looking out for it. It looks like the rotation, honestly, it's kind of not as strong as it was. That's good news. But you never know out of these storms here is that they can recycle. You can see here in the previous frames how it was a little bit heavy, but now it's just kind of, just kind of there. But not really too much rotation, not anything heavy. It definitely has a lot of work to do if it does want to drop a tornado. But still, once again, you're in a tornado warning. You still have got to be in your shelter. So once again, central interior room of your home. If you do not have a basement or a storm cellar, that is where you want to go. So we'll definitely watch out for it. Let's see. Melissa says, I'm in Kansas City. I've got our tornado plan ready to go. Shoes and hoodies ready to grab, and location picked out. Fully prepared here for the sirens go off tonight. Well, glad to hear that there, Melissa. And I hope everything goes well for you. Let's see. You're currently actually here towards Kansas. Oh, why am I going over there? Kansas City, like I said, you are actually a part of the slight risk, that level 2 out of 5. But you're actually right there on the boundary of the highest threat here for today. Now, right now in the radar view, there's actually really not a lot of activity kicking off here right now. As you can kind of see, it's pretty much clear across the Kansas City region, but obviously in the west here, with your radar, you can already start to see how the storms are really starting to pop up here. And so, like I said, the main thing that you got to be looking out for is the potential for like damaging wind gusts, and once again, the possibility for some large hail. That definitely does seem to be a big old concern out there, so we'll need to keep an eye on it. A few storms popping up here near the radar, just west of Topeka. Nothing severe at the moment, but I tell you what, these things are kicking off quick, and I tell you what, they could probably develop here very, very quickly, in a short period of time overall. Anyways, moving back over here towards Oklahoma City, we have a big old multi-cluster of storms that's currently popping off here. Now, some of these are pretty disgusting. I mean, look at this. This guy here towards Norman, right between Norman and Moore, a little bit to the west of them, basically west of Highway 35. We are currently seeing an area of pink here. Like I said, this is actually representing where we are possibly seeing some large hail. So kind of here towards like West Franklin Road, West Indian Road, Hill Road, Southwest 175th Street. Those regions there, kind of right under that, apparently we are seeing a bunch of potential hail that is currently falling across those regions. Now, the warning actually calls for some very large hail. We take a look at this. Look at this. Tennis ball size hail in 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So we're talking the potential for tennis ball size hail. That is a very large, very, very large amount of hail here. So we're really going to need to be watching out for that. Across portions here, between Norman and Moore, definitely should keep an eye out there. And it's not just that one storm. We have a bunch of these other ones here. Look at this. This one's for 2.75 inches, which makes this one literally baseball size hail being possible. Look at this. People and animals outdoors will be severely injured. I mean, once you get something that large falling at quick velocities, I mean, you seriously see a lot of potential injuries out there and possibly even death. So once again, even if you're in these storms, I would recommend being in your shelter, because I mean, I've seen it this size literally go through people's ceilings. I've literally seen going straight through people's roofs, through the shingles, through the wood. I mean, this stuff is heavy, very, very heavy stuff. I mean, this is ice we're talking about. You know how heavy ice is, and especially whenever you have like baseballs out of it moving, fast. Definitely not really a good thing. So right now, Oklahoma City region, I would highly advise to keep an eye on the storms here for the next couple of hours, because, like I said, hey, it's definitely getting pretty aggressive out there. Definitely is getting pretty aggressive out there. Let's see here. Veronica says we're in a tough spot here in Topeka. I was informed some schools won't open for shelter. And we don't have shelter, nor a close place with shelter. The house I'm living has no safe place at all. So, Veronica, obviously at that point, you would want to get away from your house. If there was a storm, obviously you need to act fast. So right now, what I would recommend is that you obviously, look out, for the potential here of, look out for the potential or the area to go, essentially. Whenever it does, if it does come to that moment. Now, right now, like I said, Topeka's clear, but you got this line of storms that's rolling there towards your region, in which we should be watching, because, like I said, this line does indeed include some, like I said, this does indeed include some very, potentially, or these storms do include a potential here for some potentially large hail. Essentially, that's going on here. I mean, look at this. This one's up here for golf ball size hail, basically towards Frankfort and northeastern Kansas here, in which we are going to be keeping an eye out there for all of these storms out there. Definitely going to be. Let's see here. Mike says, don't worry about your items, worry about your safety. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Whenever it comes to things, I mean, items can be replaced for the most part. I mean, you can replace, your house, I mean, for the most part. I honestly understand, like, sentimental items and stuff like that, but like I said, your life is more precious than that. So, if you can, seriously, just go find a shelter right now, even though you're not under a warning, just to know where to go, in case, if there is a warning that gets issued for you. And speaking of warnings, like I said, a little update here. We do have that tornado warning that we are still watching here, basically in southwestern Iowa. That's currently popping off here. It expires in 30 minutes. So we are going to continue to watch this. So not only is there a threat for a tornado out of this one, but there's also the potential for 2-inch hail. That's a pretty large hail out there. So that's definitely something we should be looking out here for. So look at this. Tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. So for example, 2 inches in diameter hail, that's larger than golf ball size. So we're talking like egg size, essentially. Which might not sound like much, but that will definitely shatter your windows. That would definitely easily damage your cars. You put multiple dents in it. So even if you're out there, seriously, this could definitely wouldn't feel good if it falls on your head there. So really would recommend to be indoors, away from your windows here. That is the best thing that we can do in a situation such as this. But like I said, since there's a tornado warning on this, or there's a potential for tornadoes, I mean, obviously you got to be looking out for two threats. Not only is there a possible tornado that could happen, but like I said, there's also the possibility for very large hail that could cause a lot of damage. So we need to watch out for that. So you notice how there's a lot of areas here in pink. So that's actually right there where those big chunks of ice are been detected by radar. And once again, this is basically here just relatively southeast of Omaha, Nebraska. This is actually in southwestern Iowa. And like I said, out there towards those regions, that is kind of where we are looking at. Now, velocity here, it honestly is not that crazy. They actually just now issued a severe thunderstorm warning ahead of that storm there, so they might cancel that tornado warning eventually. Well, they will eventually, but it's here soon probably. Like I said, the rotation just isn't quite that strong. We do have a bit of rotation here, mostly, I mean, a fairly weak rotation here, just west of White Cloud. As you can kind of tell, these values are pretty low. So obviously, when it comes to it, really nothing. Like I said, I'm not telling you not to take shelter, but I'm telling you the good news is that it's not extremely strong rotation, which is definitely good news. Whenever it comes to correlation coefficient here, yeah, there's nothing being detected on that other than that hail you can kind of see right around in here, I believe. If we take a look here at reflectivity, yeah, I think some of that actually might be some of that hail out there, because like I said, there's definitely a lot of hail on this storm as well. Not just that tornado threat, but there's also the hail as well. That's something we got to really be looking out here for. All right, let's see here. Let me look here. Playing guy says hi, Andrew. What's up? Hope we're doing good. Let's see. Okay, so I shouldn't worry about a tornado then, says Melissa. Well, Melissa, depends on where you're at. Like I said, right now the only immediate concern for tornadoes here is across southwestern Iowa at the moment. Now, this could pop off with any of the storms that's currently occurring, but this is the only immediate concern, and which honestly, like I said, it looks like this storm is kind of losing its rotation, meaning that it looks like the storm is looking like it's probably, at the moment at least, at the moment it's probably looking like it's not producing a tornado, which is good news. Correlation coefficient, once again, still does not show anything at all. As I said, there's nothing on rotation really going on anymore, so that's good news. That's definitely some good news. Let's see, look at the storms in Oklahoma City. Yeah, we were just briefly looking at that, actually, here in Oklahoma City. You guys, oh wow, they just issued a tornado warning. Wow, for Norman. Okay, that's brand new. They just did that. New tornado warning just got issued for Norman and Moore, Oklahoma. A bit of rotation here towards Newcastle. So this is right over like southeast 16th Street. Wow, that's really picked up in the last frame. Okay, so yeah, if you're in the city of Norman, on the northern stretch, and if you're in an area here's basically towards Moore, very populated areas. Very, very populated areas. Would get to your shelter. Once again, what you got to go to is, if you don't have a basement or a storm cellar, go to the centralmost interior portion of your home. So we're gonna really need to be looking out here for these regions. Let's see. We're gonna go and switch over to correlation coefficient there. There's nothing right now, but it's not mean anything can't pop up here. Just because nothing's popping up on radar, like I said, that is kind of what we're looking at. Weather says, I told you, Andrew, about Oklahoma City. No, we were watching Oklahoma City for a while. This is just now popped up, so, but yeah. It's actually looking like it's producing a hook, too. Look at that. Kind of a sideways hook. Very interesting stuff. So you kind of see how the tail of this, storm, how it kind of has that little hook shape to it. So that right there, my friends, that's pretty interesting stuff. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and switch our radar view. I want to get some information on these storms here, apparently. So let's go ahead and switch over to this view here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unload this radar for a moment. Didn't mean to do all that. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and undo that. We're going to get rid of the radar. I'm going to add the southern, let's see. Here we go. Southern Plains radar. This should add some of the regions. All right, we're going to go ahead and hide Caden here because spamming. But yeah, there you go. So the good news is like I said, the good news, there we go. We got a lot better views here on these cells here. And like I said, right over Oklahoma City in Norman, that's currently where we are seeing these guys. You can actually see this is multiple radars. That's why it looks all weird. It's because multiple radars are kind of overlaid by each other. But when it comes to it, I believe right there, that is the storm that we are looking at. Let's see here. We have this guy. Yeah, it's obviously not as high resolution, but on this guy, we can actually see where the winds are blowing. So right in front of the storm, apparently the winds are moving around 25 knots, which is roughly about 30 miles an hour to the northwest. So it's the inflow. A bunch of air is moving its way into the storm, obviously fueling it with the warm surface moisture here. So like I said, if you're there towards Norman and Moore, get to your shelters right now, because like I said, you guys are under a tornado warning, in which we do need to address properly, and you guys definitely need to be inside of your shelter. So what's going on here is we have a bunch of this warm air. I need to get a new mouse because it keeps on skipping there, but there's a bunch of warm air that's starting to drive its way into these regions of the storm here. So this is basically fueling it, and with all this air that's rushing in, it actually creates obviously potential for rotation, because you got warm air coming this way, you move in that direction, you got cold air coming down this way from your rear flank downdraft. I know it's a bunch of nerd talk, but it really is, that's what's going on, that's right where a potential tornado could form. And like I said, that rotation there on the latest scan here from velocity, actually what it looks like here, let's go and see, we're going to backtrack a little bit. So you can see how that rotation looked pretty strong there. It was over areas like the Canadian River, heading towards, like, let's see, By Drive, essentially, here towards Canadian River Road, kind of roughly in those regions. That's kind of where the rotation is overlay. But whenever it comes to it in the latest scan here, like I said, it looks like that rotation's not as strong. So that might be a good indicator that this storm might be losing its potential for tornadoes, at least at the current moment. That's good. However, you are still in a tornado warning. Just because of that does not mean it cannot recycle. Does not mean that it can still not produce a tornado. It definitely still could, in which we still need to be in our shelter. So once again, rotation now, or where the rotation was at, is now east of Newcastle. Right now, it's kind of heading in the general direction here of west. Let's see. Okay, right here, actually, it's getting ready to cross over 35 here pretty soon. This is right here. It's probably going to be passing north here of the University of Oklahoma Max Airport here. It's going to be passing mostly north of that from what it looks like. And like I said, it's actually tracking towards, these regions out towards 48th Avenue Northwest. So those regions should be watching out for this, because like I said, it definitely looks like there is some pretty populated areas out there. You can see the road networks. Sure, there's a lot of homes on that, in which we need to watch closely. Definitely need to. Let's see. Is there any threat for tornadoes in eastern Iowa? There is not. No, there is no threat for tornadoes in eastern Iowa. Speaking of, we're going to do a little update on this tornado warning out here too. We actually do have a tornado warning here in southwestern Iowa. Storm looks like it's having a bit of a hard time trying to keep its act together. That's kind of what I'm noticing out of this one. As you can kind of see, it's gone from areas of potentially strong rotation out there, you can see, and it just kind of fades out, and then now it's starting to kind of back up. This storm is trying its hardest to try to produce a tornado here. And like I said, right now, that area of rotation essentially is east of White Cloud. And this is tracking kind of in the direction of Emerson. Let's see, this is kind of roughly tracking in that direction. Actually, it might just go right between Hastings and Emerson. That's kind of what it looks like. If it continues on its movement that it's taking right now, that kind of looks like where it's going to go. Like I said, they actually did issue a severe thunderstorm warning ahead of that tornado warning. They did include a tornado possible tag also for the potential of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and 2-inch hail. Literally larger than golf balls could be possible falling out of the storm here. So Red Oak, that's kind of what we're looking at. 18-mile-an-hour wind gusts according to a local weather station there. So when it comes to it, that is kind of, what we are seeing here. Now, just north of that tornado warning, we actually have another severe thunderstorm warning for areas like Ottawa, for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and potential for some half-dollar size hail. But obviously, like I said, our main concern right now is out through Oklahoma City. Like I said, these storms out there in Oklahoma City are really, really aggressive looking. They are really pretty nasty storms. I'm going to keep one of the radars here. You can see on the bottom right on that one cell in southwestern Iowa. And then, of course, I have this guy, my main screen over at Oklahoma City. That way we can kind of get both of the views out there. Which, like I said, it's definitely some pretty nasty stuff. Look at the top left, or top right, y'all. So you see in the latest few frames how we get a lot of that explosion that starts occurring. Also up there towards, like, Chicago. Look at all that. All that convective explosion. So basically, there's a bit of storm activity happening up there as well. Briefly, we'll zoom up here. There's actually a severe thunderstorm warning here south of Chicago for the most part. So right here you can actually see this is from that storm right there, kind of towards Manhattan region. Yeah, actually the main concern of this guy is just quarter size hail. So not even really a concern for damaging wind gusts. So that's good news. Now I'm not saying it could definitely get pretty gusty. I'm sure. Definitely sure of that. And actually, let's see here. I'm gonna backtrack here for a moment. Yeah, winds are moving about 15 miles an hour right now. The Storm Prediction Center made a mesoscale discussion that said tornado threat will increase in the 7 to 9 p.m. time frame. Strong tornadoes possible given maturing supercells and increasing lower level shear. Gotcha. Yeah, so that definitely means that the tornado potential is growing. Anytime you have a strengthening in that lower level jet stream, the winds that are at the lower portion of the atmosphere, they're screaming north. That is where that tornado potential grows dramatically. Yeah, it honestly looks like more might even be running into a hail concern. Like I said, also on this storm here, there's also the potential for hail. Look at that. So that kind of little pink dot that you see there, that's kind of where we are looking at potentially large hail. Out of this here. Let's see. So right in these regions here. Yeah, once again, my mouse loves to skip on me, so I need to get a new one here soon. But right in there, as you can kind of see, we got ourselves a bunch of that pink and even a little bit of a pixel there of blue, showing some, potentially, first of all, probably some very heavy rain, though, but also mixing in with potential hail. And like I said, on this warning here, they also, not only is a tornado a concern, but also they have it for 2.5-inch hail, which equivalents to a tennis ball size. So imagine tennis balls and tornadoes. Tennis balls and tornadoes. That's kind of a big concern whenever it comes out of it. And this is going right into inland portions of more. You know what? If this is actually heading into the direction of areas like Holly's, let's see, Holly's Flatiron Grill, heading towards Norman Regional Moore, Walmart. So it's heading in those directions. Let's see, Johnny's Charcoal Broiler. Yeah, so out there towards those regions there, that's right where this hail core, where this heavy area of potential hail is currently falling here. So if you're across those regions, that is kind of right where we are looking at here at the moment. So overall, when it comes to velocity, there's really not anything rotating out there for those areas. That once again, that in those regions we just talked about, that's kind of right where the hail is the biggest concern on this storm in particularly. So we're gonna really need to be looking out for this here. Update on the one storm in southwestern Iowa. Still is having a bit of a hard time firing off here. Got a lot of that green. That's representing the winds moving at the radar. The red showing it move away from the radar. Don't got that much strong outflow on this storm here. So obviously when it comes to it, this storm here is, from what it looks like, it might just stay radar indicated. Hopefully. Obviously, with that being said, though, I'm not saying that there's no tornado potential. I'm saying that it does not look promising at the moment, which could be some good news. But this thing is tracking right, kind of heading. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and turn off that loop there. But this thing is tracking kind of in that direction between. It looks like it's going to pass right between Hastings, however you want to say that, between Hastings and Emerson. So that's kind of right where this storm is going to be rolling through. This will be in effect until 7 p.m. Central. So in a half hour from now, exactly 30 minutes, this warning will indeed be canceled here. So that's some good news, at least. All right, let's see here. Let's see. If I get a chance, can you explain what difference between El Nino and La Nina? I'm not going to do that right now. That's a lot of things to it. It's not just a simple explanation. It impacts areas differently, and we're not gonna do that right now since we have all of this mess happening right now. Like I said, we have a big old line of storms. All the way from southwestern Iowa now, stretching all the way to central Oklahoma. And like I said, Oklahoma, these storms are looking a little bit interesting, in which we should watch out for these. These definitely look like they're going to be big hail producers. From what it looks like, they are big hail producers out there. You can even see it, most of these warnings here. Look at this. Yeah, this guy's for 2-inch hail. This one's for 2-inch hail as well. This one's for 2-inch hail. This one's for 1.5, 1.5. So we're literally talking with the potential for 1.5 inches in diameter. So that's basically ping pong ball size hail to bigger than golf ball size. So we're right now that's some pretty large hail. And once again, that could definitely knock out some windows, all that stuff. So once again, keep an eye on it. But the area of interest right now on this in particular cell is right in this region here. Whenever it comes to it, this is kind of where that rotation is at the moment. Like I said, this thing's crossing over Norman Regional Healthplex. So Norman Regional there, heading up there towards Andy Alligators Fun Park. Okay. So heading towards those regions there, should be looking out for those regions. Should be keeping an eye on it. See. So yeah, once again, it's not just a tornado threat out of this in particular storm. It's also the potential here for some hail as well. But right now, there's not any strong rotation. Actually, on that cell in southwestern Iowa, from what I believe, they might even cancel this warning earlier because, like I said, it looks like even in the latest frame that just came through, last few frames, it looks like that rotation is completely just bled out. So, to my belief, I think they might get rid of this tornado warning here pretty soon if this trend does continue, because it does not look like a tornado. Well, there's a little bit of a signature here, but I don't think that's anything though. Even though it kind of looks like a debris signature, I don't think it is, because velocity, as you can see, does not match up with it. So, and yeah, this radar is actually fairly close, about 40 miles away from this area, so that's pretty close. All right, let's see here. Prepper says, hello, Andrew. Good day, my online family. Good health, safety, full of bellies. Wish y'all. Or my wish for y'all. Well, thank you, Prepper. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna be live here for a while tonight because, like I said, storms are really gonna be brewing for today. Just as a little bit of a detour for a moment, I want to go and show you guys the overall risk once again here. So this is the biggest risk area across the areas in orange. That is the severe threat level 3 out of 5. So that is a pretty big risk overall. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Pretty big risk overall for severe weather to possibly occur. So northeastern Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, southwestern Iowa, and northwestern Missouri. Those are kind of like the areas that we have got to be really looking at here for. Now, when it comes to tornadoes, there's a 5% chance across these areas in brown. Obviously, that's kind of where the biggest tornado threat here for today is across those regions we just talked about, also including central Oklahoma, right there, kind of right where Oklahoma City is, and which those storms that we've observed, it's kind of right in that region there. So then when it comes to damaging winds, we have a 30% chance of that, and a significant risk on top of it, meaning that there's a potential for some of these damaging wind gusts, maybe 80 miles an hour potentially or higher. I said 70, 80 possible, and then anything higher is not ruled out either. When it comes to hail, though, like I said, whenever it comes to hail, we're talking a big old hail potential out there. You see this kind of black net here. This is what we call a significant or a hatched risk. And that basically means that there is a potential for some very large hail out there, potentially up to 2 inches in diameter or larger, which we've already actually seen observed here for today. So, yeah, we're going to have to watch out for all kinds of concerns, once again, ranging from tornadoes to large hail to damaging winds. We're going to need to be looking out here for it. Absolutely. But that is essentially what is currently going on there at the risk. I do want to show you tomorrow's risk too. We have another big old slight risk here across Texas specifically. Day after that, another one across Texas, and after that, it's pretty much good to go. So we have the next 3 days, y'all, of severe weather to be covering out here. So it's going to be a pretty busy next few days on the severe weather menu here. So we're just gonna take this hour by hour, my friends, because like I said, seriously, we're kind of moving into this active pattern here from what it looks like. We went a little quiet there for a moment, but then things started really picking up again. So that's definitely something we should watch out for. Okay, so yeah, once again, there's a tornado warning in effect here, going right through areas of like northern Norman, southern Moore. And like I said, there's a bit of rotation there. It's not very strong rotation, but there is a bit of rotation there. Going right here towards areas like 12th Avenue Northwest, heading in towards North Broadway. If it continues, it might going in towards these regions. Let's see, we're going to zoom into some of these regions. Yeah, you can kind of see like the structures of these buildings out there. Like I said, this is kind of the region where it's at right now. Roughly in these regions. So, kind of looks like that rotation's by like more Norman, let's see, vocational technological school. Okay, so right there towards that region, kind of looks like that's where the rotation is heading towards. Also, let's see, Hollywood Corners. Let's see here, kind of in those regions out there, we should probably be looking out for. So if any of those places ring a bell to you, should probably watch out if you're in your location. Probably should. I'm actually gonna move these satellite views over here. Yeah, you can really see all that mess just popping off out there. There we go. But yeah, no, we'll definitely be watching out for all of these here. Let's see here. Do I, with all threats going deep into the night, is coffee night or Mountain Dew? That's interesting. Well, anything that has caffeine would be pretty good, essentially. All right, let's see. A little update here on that northwestern Iowa storm here. So it does look like, yeah, once again, not seeing anything promising of any strong, or there's definitely not any strong rotation going on with it anymore. It was stronger at one point, but now it kind of looks like it might be fading out a bit here. So we'll need to keep an eye on these. Yeah, if we go back way back here, you can actually see how there was these highlighted areas here. That is probably what they warned it for, because the next few frames, they issued that warning there. And as we move down further in time, that's in the latest few frames, that's that. It does look like those reds, basically those winds moving away from radar, might be increasing out a bit. So, still we keep an eye on it. There's actually a hail report coming from the storm too, towards Malvern, of golf ball size hail. So golf ball size hail has been reported out of that one tornado warning in northwest Iowa. Here's it on a big scale. Here's the United States. Southwestern side here, not too far from Omaha, southeast of Omaha here, essentially. Let's see here. Michelle says, I'm in a tornado watch until 11 p.m. Well, stay safe out there, my friend. Yeah, we do have a couple of watches that is in effect here. I guess we'll take a moment to look at those real quickly. You can see here on the views, so the pinks represent tornado watches and the reds represent severe thunderstorm watches. So you can obviously see we do have a tornado watch in effect for areas like Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls region. This is in effect here until midnight Eastern or 11 Central. So for you guys, this is the Central time, so it'll be 11 o'clock local. Potential here for large hail, potentially 3 inches in diameter, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of it potentially too. So that's something we got to watch out for those regions. Moving up a bit here to northeastern, northeastern Kansas and to eastern Nebraska. We got ourselves another tornado watch in effect here for the same time period, with a little bit more stronger wind gusts, 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts being possible. Also the potential here for 3-inch hail as well. So we should be definitely looking out for those regions. And of course, we lastly have this severe thunderstorm watch in northwestern Iowa here. This is in effect same time, 12 o'clock, basically for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts there. So one maximum wind potential could get up to 60, as well as maximum hail potentially up to 2 inches in diameter or larger. So that right there is what we need to be looking out for. Now, obviously, like I said, it looks pretty aggressive out there towards Chicago. The good news is that there's really not that big of a concern out there towards Chicago. And actually, with these storms right now, they do not have any form of warning. They did have a severe thunderstorm warning earlier, but they literally just canceled that there. And what I remember was it's just a small little hail concern. I mean, there could very well still be a little bit of rice hail, potentially, pea-sized hail maybe, that could be falling out of the storm here, but honestly, it's nothing worth, nothing of a threat for anybody. Just at this point, it's kind of a strong, normal afternoon thunderstorm. But that's good news. And even though it looks pretty aggressive there on the upper portion, you can see right above me on the infrared scans, it does look pretty aggressive. That it definitely does. All right, let's see here. But yeah. But that's just definitely what we are looking at. Let's see, Michelle says, thank you, no problem. No problemo. All right, let's see here. So we're going to move back over here towards Oklahoma City. We're getting a little update on that Norman and more tornado warning storm here. So yeah, if you don't know, honestly I think Norman is good at this point. If you're across Norman, I mean you can see most of the precipitation does not even go into Norman right now. So if you're in Norman, I'd say you're pretty much good. More, I'd still hold on a little bit longer. You know, for the central portions of the cities, anyways. Yeah, like I said, central Norman. I mean, you can see like the dense, you know, obviously the dense part of the city. You're mostly good. You're mostly good. However, I will say there is another cell moving towards your region because there is. And we should watch out for this guy because this one, you never know. You never know because they do have a tornado possible tag on this. Also, it looks like a big old hail core is starting to grow on this one as well. 29-mile-an-hour wind gusts being reported out of this here. So maximum, there's potential for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts at max out of the storm here. 2-inch hail, larger than golf ball size, as well as that possible tornado, as you can see. So once again, if you're across areas here of Norman, you're heading into another storm here pretty soon. So the threat's not completely over yet, so keep an eye out there for that. But like I said, then we're watching this guy. Right actually where the radar is at is currently scanning. And you can see this little dome you see here. That is right where the radar is at. And this is at the point where it's too low to scan anything, you know, because it's only a couple feet above the ground level. So it really can't scan anything at that point. But once you move into the clouds and it starts detecting a lot of that precipitation, obviously it comes in. But yeah, we can see a lot of that storm here that's producing, you know, potentially very heavy rainfall just south of 240. This is mostly towards like 77th Street here. Let's see, Southeast 104th Street. Kind of looks like in those regions out there, let's see, Southeast 89th Street. You can kind of see this big old region of, you know, basically this big old region of pink and purple for the most part. Mostly purple. And like I said, that's the region where we potentially could be seeing maybe some large hail. Maybe the potential for some large hail, maybe very heavy rainfall. Out of these storms in general. Now, the thing is that there will possibly be the threat for flooding today, too. I mean, look at this. Storms are not moving terribly fast. They're moving about 25 miles per hour, which for storms motion, that's not really that fast. That's actually a pretty slow-moving storm, some would consider. So, when it comes to it, you know, with these torrential rainfall, obviously there will be the potential here for the potential of, once again, maybe the threat for some flash flooding. Could be a concern out of these storms as well. So we'll definitely need to be looking out for this here. Let's go ahead and switch this. I got a report here. Holy cow! All right, we got a damage report coming through from basically East Central Kansas here. And let's see, Gossel, the city of Gossel, which is directly north of Newton. Look at that. Strong winds took off a roof to a greenhouse and damaged a shed. This was in Marion County, Kansas, from law enforcement has reported that. Wow. Yeah. You know the winds must be pretty strong. Okay, we got breaking news, y'all. We got to switch back to radar. They just now issued a tornado warning on that one cell I was telling Norman to watch out for. They just now issued a tornado warning for it here. For not just a tornado, but also 2-inch hail being possible. That is some new information rolling through for y'all. Right now, the rotation's not quite strong, but there is a bit of it that's happening here, basically towards the city of Amber, or the town of Amber here. This is generally tracking, it might be riding parallel to Highway 44 here in the next several minutes here. It will eventually cross over into 44. So we're going to need to watch this one here pretty closely. So once again, rotation, or right there where that rotation's at here, is basically southwest of Amber. You can see right in this location. Not quite strong rotation at the moment, but there is definitely some rotation that we are watching out of this in particular storm, and it is tracking basically to the east-northeast. And like I said, eventually areas here towards like Newcastle, Bridge Creek, should be monitoring this here very closely, because like I said, there's now a tornado potential on this in particular storm here, in which we should be looking at here for. Now also on top of that, there is the threat here for large hail as well. Once again, larger than golf ball size hail is possible. You know, they actually put this warning here for the next 44 minutes essentially. So for the next 44 minutes we have this warning that is in effect here. So we're going to need to really consider watching this. I'm going to turn on the weather radio a little bit. We are going to really need to be watching out for this here. As not only now do we have one tornado here, or tornado warning storm here towards Moore and Norman, but we also have a second one now that just now popped up. Look at that scan. That is some pretty interesting stuff. So just as a little bit of a quick lesson, a very simple lesson for you guys. So how to read velocity. So this basically measures what way the winds are moving. What direction the winds are blowing here, essentially, by measuring raindrops, detecting raindrops movements. So in the green, that shows that the winds are moving at the radar. So in this case, all these green winds are moving at the radar. The radar is right up in this region. And of course, we have the red showing that the winds are moving away from the radar. So there is a bit of rotation, as you can tell, in these regions here, a bit of counterclockwise rotation. And that, my friends, is kind of right there where a possible tornado could drop. And that is the reason why they put a tornado warning out there, is because, like I said, there is a bit of rotation, even though it's not very tight. There has a lot of work to do. But like I said, it's there. And there is a potential for a tornado out of the storm here. So, and it looks like it might be even tightening up here as well. Like I said, it might even be tightening up as well here. So we're going to need to watch out for this. So if you're here towards, like, let's see, Clothier, I think that's how you pronounce that region, out in those areas. Let's see, across Southeast 164th Street. Let's see, where's this at here? South Air. Let's see, South. What is that? South Air Depot. I don't know how you pronounce that. I think it's Depot, but Boulevard here. And this is tracking its way to the northeast here. So we're going to need to watch out for this guy. So looks like it might actually be rotating, or obviously it's rotating, but it looks like it might be picking back up here. Once again, kind of towards Moore here for the most part. So that is what we are looking at. Like I said, Norman, for the most part, Norman is in the clear out of this first warning that is rolling through here. And like I said, I mean, for the northern areas of Moore, towards like, Hollywood Corners, those regions out there. Like I said, it's mostly fine. The precipitation and the rotation is north of that, which is good news. But like I said, once we start to move into those regions here, such as Southeast 34th Street, let's see, Sooner Road, those regions, Bay Ridge Drive, Southeast 156th Street. Yeah, those are the regions we got to really be looking out for, because like I said, it appears, according to the latest radar signatures, is things might be trying to kick up a bit stronger. And like I said, just southwest of that here, there's actually another tornado warning they just recently issued here. So we got to be watching out for your areas here towards Amber, Bridge Creek, Newcastle, Blanchard. Would be recommending to get inside of a shelter. Now, I think Amber is mostly good for the most part, because like I said, this area of interest, or this area of rotation, is basically just southeast of Amber right now. So this is Amber right up here. You can see where my little cursor's at. Southeast of that, this is that area of interest that we are watching out for. So we are going to keep an eye on it. This is tracking its way basically to the northeast. Blanchard should be definitely keeping an eye out there for it overall. So we'll continue to watch this cell here. And not only, like I said, that's not the only concern out of this in particular storm. There is also the threat here for large hail as well. I'm talking very large hail. Over golf ball size hail does seem to be a possibility out of this in particular storm. So we're going to continue to watch this here very, very closely. And like I said, this storm is heading right in the path that its big brother is here too, towards Moore. So just because this first storm is moving out of Moore in Norman does not mean you're in the clear yet. Because like I said, there's another storm that's heading right in your general direction that could have the very most same possibilities. I mean, like I said, both of these are current tornado warnings here that's in effect here. And we also do have ourselves on both of these the exact same potential for hail. Once again, 2 inches in diameter or larger. Right now, it's estimated to be around 2 inches in diameter, which, like I said, that's actually larger than golf ball size. So once again, that's some pretty daggone large hail out there. So we're going to need to really be looking out for that. Absolutely. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on these guys. Let's see, we're going to take a look back at reflectivity here. We also do have that, we still have that tornado warning there in southwestern Iowa. I've been glancing over it from time to time. You can see the bottom just below me. That's the radar there for that storm here in southwestern Iowa. I honestly don't even know why they still have a tornado warning on it, because across the warned area here, there is absolutely no rotation at all. So honestly, Emerson, Hastings, I think you're good to go. However, there is actually a 2-inch hail report that's been reported out there. Let's see, public reported via social media, hail approximately 2 inches in diameter. Once again, that's about the size of an egg that you eat for breakfast. That's pretty large. That's a pretty large hail that's been detected out there towards Emerson. There's also a lot of lightning activity you can see there on the little bolts that you are currently looking at. So once again, if you're across those regions, I think you're good. I think you're good to go. I don't see any area of rotation anymore out of this. Obviously, nothing on correlation coefficient, so you're good. I think you're pretty much fine. This warning does expire at 7 from what I last looked at. Let's see here. I believe, 7 o'clock p.m., so this is in 8 minutes. So they're probably going to wait it out. If not, then, they might even cancel it earlier. But right now, I think you're mostly okay. Here's something interesting. So right here in the very most southeastern portion of Nebraska, we got a lot of hail reports, and all of them are over 2 inches in diameter. And the biggest one we actually have here is towards Johnson of 2.5 inches in diameter being reported. This is in, let's see, Nemaha County in Nebraska. I think that's how you pronounce that. This is the town of, or city of Johnson, and this was reported here at 22:56 UTC, and the current time here is 22:53. So this was really not terribly too long ago that this was actually reported. And like I said, this is on that storm here. Look at that, train weather spotters at 6:16 p.m. $half size hail reported in Auburn. So that's not quite that 2.5 there, but that is definitely like I said, that is definitely some pretty decent sized hail still. Definitely is still enough to break windows, obviously dent vehicles. Just stay away from it. I mean, obviously, like I said, this is just a storm that you do not want to mess with. There you go. They now just canceled that tornado warning. I had a feeling they might have canceled it earlier because, like I said, the potential out of it just kind of wasn't there anymore. But overall, that's great news. But like I said, that leads us to our problem that's still occurring here towards Oklahoma City, areas of Moore and Norman. We currently are watching 2 tornadic storms that is currently firing off here, basically towards the regions right here south of Midwest City, which is really interesting. We have 6 minutes to go, and this tornado warning also expires at 7 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central here. Like I said, it's a radar indicated threat, meaning that there has been detected rotation inside of the storm here. Also, there's a threat for large hail, potentially 2 inches in diameter or larger. So we are going to be looking out for both of those. Now, when it comes to rotation here, like I said, there's no strong rotation right now, but there is a bit of circulation that's occurring here, kind of towards like areas relatively. For an example here, maybe towards like southeast 134th Street, kind of towards those regions here, northwest of, let's see, Cothier. I think that's how you say that region. But that is what we're looking at. That is currently where we are seeing this area of interest. So right now, we'll continue to watch it. Southwest of that, we have a very similar situation that's currently unfolding here. Bit of rotation here, basically southeast of Amber. Kind of right in this region. Very, very weak rotation. Really nothing very, very heavy at the moment. But, like I said, just because of that does not mean you should not take action based off of this warning here. You definitely should. Anytime there's a tornado warning, you've got to take action. Like I said, if you're under a tornado warning, here's what I want you to do right now. If you're in the path of these storms here, you got to know where to go in case if a warning is issued for your location. So where you want to go is into the centralmost interior room if you do not have a basement or a storm cellar. If you have a basement or a storm cellar, that's the first place you want to go to. Secondly, like I said, obviously, then we have the central interior room. Put as many walls between yourself and the outside. Cover your head. If you can, and if you have enough time, grab yourself a helmet, first aid kit, and a pair of shoes. Shoes are going to help protect your feet after the storm rolls through. Say you do get hit by a tornado. Nails, sharp glass, sheet metal, everything sharp is going to be on the ground. It's going to be scattered all over the place. Last thing you want is any more injuries. So then it moves into that threat of, like I said, obviously we have the first aid kit that can actually help those injuries and stuff like that. And then, of course, the helmet is going to help your head, protect your head, the most vital organ of your body, from flying debris. So definitely is something that we've got to prepare for, and something that you should probably have in your storm shelters ready to go. Like I said, if you have not already, hey, do that right now. like I said, do yourself a favor. Do that right now. Make sure you are storm ready today. Because like I said, storms over the next few days are going to be popping off. And there is going to be potentially nasty storms out of these guys. Like I said, there's a potential over not just for today, tomorrow, and the following day after. So basically here, today is Wednesday. So all the way from today to Friday, there's a risk for severe weather and tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds is invited, in which we should probably be preparing for that. So just as a little bit of a reminder to you guys. And once again, I'll go ahead and show you guys roughly where these regions are. We're going to take a quick little moment, show you guys where the risk is for today. So anywhere across the dark green, that is the level 1. That is where severe weather begins. We move into level 2. This is across the areas in yellow. This is where things are a little bit more serious. More severe storms are possible, and the strength of them could be higher. And then, of course, we move into the level 3. Means pretty much the same thing. Even more storms are likely. The percentage of having severe weather increases, and the potential for larger damaging storms could be a possibility. So that is the bullseye across the area in orange. So it highlights areas here in northeastern Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, areas here southwestern Iowa, northwestern areas here of Missouri. That is kind of what we are seeing here at the moment. So overall, we are going to be keeping an eye out there for that. Like I said, tornadoes 5% chance, damaging winds 30% significant, meaning that 70 to 80 mile an hour wind gusts are possible with today's severe weather. And when it comes to hail, we're talking a 15 and 30% significant, or that hatch risk is telling us that we have a big potential for large hail, as we've already observed across a lot of regions here. And like I said, that's already been confirmed. That's already been happening. So this is not in the forecast. I mean, it is in the forecast, but it's not just forecasted is what I meant to say. This has been observed, and this has actually been ongoing over the last few hours. Now, tomorrow, like I said, we have another risk here for severe weather. Now, this is actually pushing eastward a bit, all the way down from Texas, stretching all the way up into central Wisconsin. Does actually have a threat here for the potential for severe thunderstorms. So we got to watch out across those regions. Tornadoes will be a concern. Right now, it's a lower chance than today. Damaging winds, concern. Hail, big concern as well. And then we move into Friday here. Another little risk out there towards the south. We actually got a warning coming through. Curious to hear that. Let's go and listen to it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Got some type of warning.
The National Weather Service in Omaha has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Johnson County in southeastern Nebraska, southern Nemaha County in southeastern Nebraska.
So this is in the southeastern side of Nebraska. I don't know if you heard that.
Pawnee County in southeastern Nebraska until 7:45 p.m. At 6:57 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 4 miles west of Pawnee City to near Table Rock, 4 miles northeast of Humboldt, moving northeast.
So that's going to be one of these storms here.
Expected hazards include ping-pong ball-sized hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts.
That's probably this guy right here.
This is a radar-indicated threat.
Yep, so that's probably this guy.
Impact. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs,
here we go.
siding, windows, and vehicles.
Y'all can read along if you want.
Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near, still around 7:05 p.m.
Yep.
Nemaha and Elk Creek around 7:15 p.m. A tornado watch remains in effect until 11 p.m. for South.
That's all we need to hear.
For your protection.
So, let's go turn it down a little bit. So yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings, a big old density of severe thunderstorm warnings popping off here across the southeastern side here of Nebraska. The good news is that most of these have already moved out of the areas of Lincoln. So if you're here in Lincoln, Nebraska, well, you're pretty much good to go. Because, like I said, that line of storms has already rolled through. And now, like I said, once that initial line, once that cold front rolls across your location, that is good news. Well, obviously, for the time being, once that cold front rolls through, you'll definitely know it because it's going to be storming pretty good. But then once it moves away from you, the potential of severe weather definitely drops down a lot. So that's definitely some great news overall. But that is kind of what we're looking at. Let's see here. Marginal severe weather isn't anything, right? Just some thunder, rain, because I'm in the area through tomorrow night. So the marginal is a risk for potentially damaging in severe storms. Now, even though it's the lowest risk on the spectrum, it is a risk overall for severe weather. Now, there is another area here. I'll go and show you really quickly. There is a light green area that you might notice. Let me go ahead and switch over here to the, let's see, we're going to switch to the Storm Prediction Center here. So this light green region is that thunderstorm threat, where a few thunderstorms could happen, not expected to be anything severe, just your kind of everyday or for Florida anyways. Just kind of your normal thunderstorms, right? Your normal summertime thunderstorms. Now, when it comes to the dark green, as you're talking about, the marginal, that is where there is a severe weather threat, and that is where potentially damaging and life-threatening storms could begin. Yeah, so if you're across those regions, I would highly advise keeping an eye on it. Even though it's not the biggest threat, it's a pretty low chance, but like I said, hey, it's something we should definitely consider watching very, very closely. Anyways, let's do a little update down here towards Oklahoma City. They actually did remove one of that tornado warning there. Like I said, it just now has turned 8 o'clock or 7 Central here. And like I said, we did have a tornado warning on that one cell here, basically towards Midwest City. Hey, I tell you what, if you guys are across Tinker Air Force Base, I'm sure you guys are getting some hail right now. Because like I said, you can see a bunch of pink out there. That right there is showing very heavy rain mixing in with large hail potentially out of the storm here. So this is kind of riding right against, it's right there between 240 and 40. So between Highway 240 and Highway 40, we have this big old stretch here of, like I said, potentially large hail that's ongoing here. Now they still have a tornado, or sorry, they still have a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag on it. Does not mean a tornado is immediately a danger, but it means that storms like this can quickly evolve into a tornado producing storm. So that is something we need to look out for. Now when it comes to hail size, that is what we need to look for. And across that area I was just telling you guys about, across the areas here kind of in that purple pink region, that is where we are seeing the potential for some very large hail. And in this case, we actually are looking at the potential for ping pong ball size hail. So ping pong ball size hail does seem to be a big old concern regarding this in particular storm. Once again, here towards Tinker Air Force Base here, we should be looking out for this here. Let's see, also here towards Denny's, Frog Pond, let's see, Midwest City Multi-Athletic Complex, those regions out there, which is basically southeastern Midwest City, should be watching this storm here. And like I said, not only is it damaging winds either, they have that tornado possible tag, but also 60-mile-an-hour winds out of it. Or sorry, not just a hail, but there's hail damaging winds and a possible tornado out of this particular storm. So all the hazards are there. It's possible. Like I said, this was actually tornado warning here just a few minutes ago. They just removed it, but you never know. They could recycle. The storm could recycle. It could throw that concern of a tornado again. So that's why they have a tornado possible tag, so just to keep an eye on it. Now, we still have a tornado warning in effect southwest of that here. So there's regions here, and what did I just tell you? They just now extended that warning. I literally just told you that they could do that, and would you look at that? They just now issued another tornado warning. So, anyways, little update here. We have a tornado warning. Wow, dude, that's updated. Okay, so tornado warning here for portions of Amber, Bridge Creek, Newcastle, Blanchard. This is a radar indicated threat, meaning that there's just been rotation detected here. Look at that. Hail size 2.5 inches in diameter, which is equivalent here, my friends, to tennis ball size hail out of this in particular storm. So not only a possible tornado, but tennis ball size hail is a big possibility as well. That is ridiculous. Now, the good news is I'm not really seeing any strong rotation out of it. There's a bit of rotation here, kind of actually towards like Middleburg, it looks like. So we'll definitely watch out for this. But northeast of that there, it looks like this storm is really trying to wrap in on itself here. The one kind of towards Midwest City, just south of it, we should be watching out for this. So, my friends, if you're towards Midwest City, Dell City, Nakoma Park, let's see, Choctaw here towards Dungy Park, let's see, Green Pastures, Jones, Hera, you guys should be inside of your shelters for the next 41 minutes at least, or until I give you the okay. Because like I said, sometimes it can get expired before the warning is out. But like I said, in this case, is a freshly issued warning. It does look like that rotation is really starting to kind of try to pick up here. It definitely looks like it is trying to pick up on this storm here in particularly. Correlation coefficient here, let's see. I don't know. That right there. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's anything or not. That might... Okay, there's a bit of strong velocities down there at that little edge. And there's a ball right over that. So, usually if you see that, that means that a tornado is confirmed. But in this case, it's kind of an odd situation here. So, I'm going to go with it's probably not a tornado. But I say we should definitely still watch out for this here. Let's see, ouch, tennis ball size sales for dealerships. Oh, yeah. No, trust me. It is definitely pretty crazy. Yeah, anytime you have tennis ball size hail, it can get pretty nasty out there. We got a storm here. Okay, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter size hail just north of Wichita Falls, southwestern Kansas there. Let's see. So once again, Oklahoma City here. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of our biggest concern here at the moment out of this in particular cell. Okay, you know what? They just now issued another tornado warning for southwestern Iowa. Southwestern Iowa here. So out of that one complex of storms we were just watching here not too long ago, it appears that rotation might be coming back there. You see that right there? That is a bit of rotation starting to commence here. So that might be an area that we should be watching. Nothing on correlation coefficient. So right now this is radar indicated threat, meaning that just rotation has been detected. Now, say if it does get strong enough to where it does produce a tornado and we end up seeing something pop up on this view, that'll tell us that there's a confirmed tornado, and therefore it'll go radar confirmed and observed. So, like I said, with that being said, we do need to watch out for both of these guys. But once again, this is a tornado warning in effect here for areas towards Elliott. We got to be looking out for west of Griswood. So we'll keep an eye on these guys, and we'll continue to monitor them. Let's see here, southwest, or going back down here to the south, we have those two tornado warnings there in Oklahoma City region. We're going to go ahead and switch on back to my main screen here. So once again, we have tornado warnings in effect for areas towards Midwest City, Dell City Woods, Nakoma Park, let's see, Dungy Park, Green Pastures, let's see, Jones, Hera. We got to be looking out for these areas here very, very closely, because like I said, oh, there you go, now observed. This has now been observed. I had a feeling that might have been a debris signature, and it does look like that was the case here. Let's see, correlation coefficient. Yeah, not seeing anything right now, but look at that. Let's see, weather spotters confirmed the tornado. Wow. Okay, so that is, from what I know, the first confirmed tornado of the day. That is the first confirmed tornado of the day from what I know. And that's right here across areas in, let's see, this is right here in Midwest City. Right here kind of, once again, towards Tinker's Air Force Base. One of those areas we told you all to be looking out here for. So once again, that is now a confirmed tornado there. The one southwest of that is still radar indicated here. But like I said, it looked like that one storm there is trying to wrap up. Look at that. Pretty tight area of rotation here. This is kind of located right here towards Southeast 59th Street and South Air Depot. Right here, Boulevard. So we're going to be looking out for those regions here closely. Now, this actually looks like it might be hitting Tinker's Air Force Base head-on. So if you're in Tinker's Air Force Base, highly advised to be in a safe spot right now. Because like I said, that right there is going right towards it looks like. Let's see, it might even be passing slightly west in the latest frames here. So definitely should be, like I said, definitely should be looking out for this here right now. We'll definitely continue to watch this here very, very closely. Let's see here, reflectivity on it. Oh wow, look at that. So that thing has a pretty well-defined hook on it too. Yeah, anytime you see a storm that kind of looks like this, has a little bit of a hook on it, that typically shows us that, I mean, that's a possible supercell, and that is possibly like rotating and maybe even producing a tornado. But like I said, that is now officially observed, my friends. And once again, somebody, being a weather spotter, so somebody out there who's seen the storm has detected it and submitted it to the Weather Service, meaning that makes this storm here a confirmed tornado. And like I said, you know, we go back on correlation coefficient here a couple of frames back. Like I said, to me, it looked like there was a debris signature on it. Like I said, it did look like there was a debris signature that was on that. What the heck is going on with this radar? What is it, like, breathing? That is weird. Yeah, but it was very hard to detect in that one frame. Is that it right there? Let's see. Let me overlay velocity. No, I don't think that's it. Anyways, but regardless, yeah, that one previous frame we were just looking at a few moments ago, it definitely looked like it. All right, we're going to switch over here to the southwestern Iowa storm here. We have ourselves a tornado warning still in effect here. Tornado in 2 inches in diameter hail being possible. Let's see here. Velocity there. Okay, wow. So it does look like that rotation is still there. Definitely is rotating quite a bit. So we will continue to monitor this situation. The good news is that looks like mostly overroll areas for the most part. Let me double check on that. Let me see if there's anything significant out in the way of this storm here. Let's see. We're going to switch back to Omaha radar. This is this guy. Okay, so it kind of looks like it might be. I don't think it's rural, but I do think that there is. It's not a highly compacted town here from what it looks like. Just kind of looks like a bit of back roads, maybe. Kind of looks like a bit of back roads. I'm sure there's probably some houses in the path of this here, which should be in your shelter for. But yeah, 34 minutes to go on this guy. 34 minutes to go here. Let's see here. Veronica says, try to call my uncle in Nebraska. He's getting hard of hearing, so I knew it would be difficult. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Both my bedroom windows open because I'm able to hear the sirens go off. That's good news. That's good. I thought you were about to say you have both of your windows open to equalize the pressure for tornadoes. If you've ever heard that myth, it is completely false. There used to be a myth a long time ago that people, if they apparently open their windows, it would equalize the pressure and basically just prevent any damages to occur. That's not how it works, and if anything, that's going to make it worse because the air is going to get inside of your house, and it's going to lift up on your roof, and it's going to tear everything off. So that's obviously kind of the bad thing about it. But yeah. But once again, everybody, if you're just now tuning in here, like I said, we do have ourselves a confirmed tornado. From what I know, the first confirmed tornado of today across areas here relatively near Oklahoma City. This is not far from Oklahoma City at all. Very, very close out there. So this is kind of across regions here. Let's see. We're kind of talking areas, where that rotation was at. Kind of around Tinker's Air Force Base as we were watching there. Like I said, this was once again confirmed here, meaning it's been detected. This thing is observed here, meaning that, like I said, people have seen it. In this case, weather spotters, people out there who are watching the storm here, did actually see it. So that's confirmed. At this point, there has been a confirmed tornado on the ground there, in which we do need to be in our shelters for sure. So if you're across Midwest City, make sure you're in a shelter here. Like I said, if you have a basement or storm cellar, that's where you want to go. If you do not, the central interior portion of your home is where you do want to go after that. So overall, keep an eye on it. It looks like they just issued another tornado warning for Iowa. Just now popped up here. So there you go. New tornado warning has just now been issued for areas of Iowa. Let's see. We're going to actually move this to the other program here because this one actually goes in depth with the streets and stuff like that. So when it comes to it, it looks like there's now a tornado warning crossing over Highway 92 and Highway 6. So Road 92, I don't think that's a major highway, or maybe it is. State Highway 92. Okay, so yeah, State Highway 92, and whenever it comes to it, route number 6, the road number 6, okay? So there's now a tornado warning in effect for there, and they also do, like I said, look at this. Not only is there a tornado potential on this guy, but we are seeing the possibility for 2 inches in diameter or larger. So we're talking some pretty large hail being possible. So we're talking literally larger than golf ball size hail at this point being a possibility. So we'll consider watching, or we'll continue to watch this here very, very closely. It might be a little bit of rotation right here basically towards Farm Creek Public Wildlife Area. That's an area that we need to watch very closely because, like I said, this thing very well could be on the ground at this moment. But like I said, I mean, it's a very small little area of rotation there. But from what we know right now, it is not. It is not from what we know right now. But like I said, don't let it go confirmed until you take action. You got to take action immediately once the warning is issued. Like I said, seriously, no matter what, do not ignore these warnings. I cannot tell you how sad it is. I've heard people say, I get tornado warnings all the time. You know what? They never happen. I'm never going to take shelter. That is the last thing that you're going to do one day, and you're going to be dead. That is not what you want to do. You do not ignore these warnings because they are there for a reason. They're not just there for absolutely no reason at all. They got a purpose, and that purpose was for you guys to get to your shelter. So like I said, take them seriously. Anytime there's a tornado warning, you better be inside of your shelter and away from windows. That is what we got to be doing there. So like I said, guys, please just make sure y'all are staying safe out there. And like I said, seriously, we're going to be continuing to monitor the situation as it does progress, not just for today, but over the next few days. This is going to be occurring here for the next little bit here. Anyways, but when it comes to it, like I said, once again, we have a tornado warning still in effect here for Midwest City here. Once again, this was the confirmed tornado here. This thing has been confirmed. So once again, Midwest City, Nakoma Park, areas here towards Dungy Park, Hara, Jones, Spencer, you guys in that region there, once again, kind of right here for central Oklahoma. Oklahoma have got to be inside of your shelter. Look at that. They just now issued another tornado warning, and now Norman is included. So Norman, Oklahoma, you guys are now under a tornado warning. Also, areas here towards Noble and Goldsby and Cole, you guys are now under a tornado warning that is now in effect here. So this new tornado warning is indicating the possibility for not just a tornado, but actually the possibility here for the potential here of, as you can see here, maybe for the potential of large hail too. Maybe up to 2 inches in diameter or larger does look to be possible. So overall, we do need to be looking out for this here. What is that? Hold on a minute. Let's go and take a look at that. Okay, that's nothing. For a second, it looked pretty interesting. But we have a bit of rotation here currently located over Blanchard, currently occurring. This is getting ready to head into the little town here of Blanchard. So if you're across those regions, you better be in your shelter, like I was saying. Central interior room if you do not have a basement or a storm cellar. Make sure you have a first aid kit with you. Make sure you have a helmet, and obviously bring your shoes, because like I said, the shoes are going to help you from navigating outside of tornado damage if it did occur. Obviously, the helmet's going to help protect your head, and the first aid kit will be there for injuries. If you have any injuries, you might be able to help yourself. So keep that in mind. But like I said, hey, that is kind of what we're looking at. Once again, rotation here is currently located over areas here at Blanchard. We do need to be looking out here for very, very, very closely. Once again, Norman, Oklahoma is included with this tornado warning here too. Noble, Goldsby, this is right here towards David J. Perry Airport. You're under this warning as well. You need to get to your shelter. Everybody out there, University here. Let's see, University of Oklahoma Max here. You guys have got to be inside of your shelter as well. So keep that in mind, my friend. Very, very serious situation is currently unfolding here right now. So that rotation definitely appears to be getting stronger. That could lead up to a tornado being developed. So we gotta really do need to keep an eye out there. Penny says, I have a bike helmet. Does that work? Yes, it does. That's actually kind of what we recommend, is a bike helmet. Anything that can help prevent head trauma is what you go for. Even if it means you getting yourself a pot and you fill it with like shirts, and you put that pot on top of your head. That way it has a cushion to it. And say if you do get hit, hey, that is better than just going without anything. That helmet could potentially save your life. So make sure you have one in your safe place. Just FYI. But overall, like I said, we do have a few tornado warnings here. We also have that one here towards Bridge Creek, Newcastle here. Also moving up here towards Midwest City. Once again, Dell City, southeastern Oklahoma City here. Towards Choctaw, I think that's how you pronounce that. Nakoma Park, Dungy Park, Jones, Green Pasture, Spencer. Those regions out there, you guys have a tornado warning in effect here as well. Now, once again, this one has been observed, meaning that it has actually been seen by people, meaning that this thing did produce a tornado, and there has been a confirmed tornado on the ground here. Now, this one not just has a tornado threat on it, but we also are seeing 1.75 inch hail, or equivalent to golf ball size hail, being possible out of this storm in particular. So that is right there a concern on itself. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Overall, so yeah, once again, everybody, tornado warnings in effect here. We have a lot of them popping off here. Look at that new one just now popped up in Nebraska. Would you look at that? That's not even on my other view yet. Just now popped up. So here we go. So this is now for Pawnee in Richardson County here in southeastern Nebraska. We're going to go ahead and switch to the Omaha radar, as I think that's the closest radar option we have. Yep, there you go, right there. Right here, basically west of DuBois here. That is where we are seeing ourselves a area of rotation that's commencing. Areas inside the warning includes Humboldt, and Dawson. You guys have got to be inside of your shelters right away. Let's see, right here on the current view, severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes. We're located 5 miles west of DuBois or 5 miles south of Pawnee City, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. So that's the thing. The storm's not moving that fast. It's moving pretty slowly, actually. So overall, that is kind of what we need to be looking out for. Is the potential for, obviously, tornadoes there. Here comes a warning coming through. This is probably that tornado warning. So we're going to tune in this so you guys can get some additional information. Holy cow. I'm sure that's probably what it is. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I think it's going to be a louder voice.
The National Weather Service in Omaha has issued a severe thunderstorm.
Nope, that's actually a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's see here. Oh, that's for Nebraska City, I think.
Eastern Odo County and southeastern Nebraska
Let's see.
Until 8 p.m. At 7:19 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Talmadge to near Nebraska City to 4 miles southwest of Sydney, moving northeast at 25
Very
miles
interesting
per
stuff.
hour. Expected hazards include ping-pong ball-size hail and
very large
50
hail.
miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles.
Oh,
Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Nebraska City.
all right. I'm gonna switch you guys to Twitter real quickly.
7:25 p.m.
We got a report coming in from Jacob.
City around 7:30 p.m. This includes Interstate 29 between mile markers 1 and 20.
Apparently this is in Norman.
Until 11 p.m. for southwestern Iowa.
It's a shelf cloud reported here in Norman.
For your protection,
Not surprising.
move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning.
I wonder why they haven't said the tornado warning on this yet, because this is in southeast Nebraska.
Nemaha and Odo, and Fremont, Iowa.
Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're gonna. They're not gonna say that tornado warning apparently. Anyways, but yes, there is a tornado warning here now in southeastern Nebraska for areas here towards DuBois, here towards Humboldt and Dawson. We are going to be looking out here for. So definitely we're looking out for it. Let's see here. Marcy says I'm in Nebraska, but I'm in Omaha Metro. Hope I'm scared. Okay. So for Omaha, the good news is, here's the thing. Omaha, there is no immediate danger. Actually, from what it looks like, Omaha is pretty much clear. You know, you can actually see that cold front there on the radar view, which is really interesting. You see that line that's moving there? See that line that's moving eastward? There it is, going right there towards your location. That is the cold front. And actually, the storms are firing off a little bit ahead of the cold front here, as you can kind of see. What this big old line is firing off here. Now, here's the thing, my friend. You're pretty much good. You're pretty much good to go. They just now issued another tornado warning here. Relatively... This is starting to get pretty overwhelming, y'all. This is starting to turn into a lot of tornado warnings here. Okay, so when it comes to it here, let's go ahead and see. We're going to switch back over. Don't want that. There's now a tornado warning in effect here. Let's see. We're going to find a close radar to the cell. 2.5-inch hail in the possibility here for, let's see, 2.5-inch hail in the possibility here for, obviously a tornado being possible. Let's see, I don't think, I think this might, oh, here we go, Omaha, that might be the closest radar we have. So when it comes to it, yeah, there is now a tornado warning in effect here for basically portions of west central Iowa. If you live across areas here of Charter Oak, if you live here across Shawswig, let's see, Kenwood and Deloitte. You guys have got to be looking out for this. Actually, there's been people on the stream in the past that's actually lived in Deloitte, so hopefully they can get that warning out there because, like I said, that's something we definitely should be watching out here for overall. But like I said, we'll definitely continue watching that. Let's see, southwestern Iowa as well. We got that tornado warnings in effect here, southeast Nebraska. And like I said, we're really watching out there towards Oklahoma City because we have a big old cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. Look at that. That rotation there towards Blanchard looks like it's really starting to pick up there. So if you guys live near Blanchard, Oklahoma here, relatively close to Oklahoma City, hey, I tell you what, you better be in your shelter right now because it does look like a possible tornado could be dropping here. Right here across our very eyes. So we need to be looking out for these regions. So Blanchard, this is across highway number 62. Should be watching out for this here very, very closely. Very, very closely. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out there for it. But yeah, but that's kind of what we're seeing here. Let's see here. What's up, Not Zach? Hope you're doing good. Not Zach, where are you located? Are you in Iowa? I don't remember if I forgot who it was. Who lived out there towards Deloitte. I'm pretty sure it might not be you. It lives near Deloitte, Iowa. But like I said, Deloitte, Iowa now has a tornado warning, which we do need to be looking out here for. Midwest City storm, I honestly, if you don't know, I really think that this storm here in Midwest City, it was observed earlier, but I think that honestly that potential is faded out a lot. You don't really see any area of rotation right now. Nothing really going on in it. So I think that this tornado warning is pretty much good. Unless if it recycles again, that could be possible. But yeah, let's see. Not Zach says I'm in Stewart, Iowa. Gotcha. Gotcha. But like I said, when it comes to it here, once again, there has been an observed tornado on this storm here earlier. This was probably at least 10, 15 minutes ago. This does not look like to be no longer the case because it looks like, according to radar here, there's no area of very heavy rainfall. So that's good news. Now, whenever it comes down to the south here, once again, Blanchard, that area right there, that is a pretty strong area of rotation that is currently commencing. Oh, wow. Okay, guys, we apparently have a tornado report here in southwestern Iowa coming through here. Let's see. This was a tornado reported here at 11 UTC, which was, let's see here, really not too long ago. This was a little bit over 10 minutes ago. And they actually, 15 minutes ago, actually. They actually reported this here of, look at that. They actually reported this of a tornado here occurring in Pottawatomie County, Iowa. This was a Republic report, meaning that somebody just wandering around outside saw it, or somebody out there saw it. So once again, that is now a confirmed tornado there in southwestern Iowa. Did they actually update the warnings to that? I don't know. Tornado ping pong ball size hail still has radar indicated, which is very interesting stuff. This had to have been because they did not put a observed tag on that warning itself. Now, right now, it looks like the rotation is not as strong, which is good news. But look at this. Out of this one tornado warning we have in effect out here towards Charter Oak, we apparently have significant car damage reported here in Crawford County, Iowa, from an emergency manager out there. 2.75 inches of hail being reported. I believe that's baseball-size hail. That is some very, very large hail that we have been seeing. Now, once again, this is observed, meaning that this has actually been detected. So overall, yeah, that's pretty nasty in itself. But yeah, once again, we also have these storms out here. We're going to switch over here back towards areas of Oklahoma City region, just southern Oklahoma City region out there, actually towards Norman. Right there in Norman is kind of in a hot spot right now because, like I said, there's actually a tornado warning that's in a place here for Norman. It looks like that storm is really cranking here towards Blanchard. I would not be surprised if there's anything popping up on correlation coefficient, honestly. There's not from what it looks like. But like I said, hey, if you live across Blanchard, you want to brace right now because it looks like that this thing might be dropping a tornado right now. So if you're across these regions in Blanchard, Oklahoma, you better be in your shelter right away because, like I said, this is definitely a very, very nasty situation that is currently unfolding here towards Norman. Once again, just north of that here towards Oklahoma City on the eastern stretch of the metro area, we are actually seeing ourselves that rotation that was once visible is now gone from what it looks like. So that might be some good news. They are probably going to cancel this warning, I'd say, pretty soon if you live towards Tacoma Park, Midwest City. Don't leave your shelter yet until the warning is gone completely. But like I said, it looks like you are good to go. It does not look like any immediate tornado danger anymore. Once again, out of that storm that was over you, though, that did produce a tornado at one point. And who knows? Maybe it could recycle down in time. Right now, though, it does not look like that's the case. Right now, it looks like it is kind of dying out a bit, at least on the tornado aspect of the storm. But like I said, once down here towards Norman region, once right there in Blanchard, I tell you what, like I said, that's some pretty strong rotation that's currently kicking off out there, in which we do need to be looking out there for this. So once again, everybody, please be on the lookout across those regions out there. Absolutely. Like I said, once again, we're going to take a look here back at correlation coefficient, see if there's anything popping up out there. Does not appear it. There is obviously a discolorization that's ongoing, probably due to hail. As you can actually see right in these regions, some very, very heavy raindrops. Across the area here in that pink purple color there you see basically towards Newcastle, that right there, my friends, is possible heavy rain mixing in with potentially large hail. And like I said, out of this warning here, we actually do have the threat here for large hail. Look at that, 2.5 inches could be possible out of this in particular storm out there. They just now removed that tornado warning there for Newcastle, so that's good news. You're still under a severe thunderstorm warning, though, for 2.75 inch hail being possible, which is basically the size here of, let's see, baseballs. So baseball size hail does seem to be a good possibility. Out of this storm here towards areas west of Norman, Oklahoma. And like I said, right now, there is currently a tornado warning in effect for Norman, Oklahoma. And once again, it does look like this in particular tornado warning is going right towards Norman. Like I said, Blanchard, pretty strong area of rotation that was there, still is ongoing. You can see the motion of that area is kind of tracking Honestly, it might be moving south. That's interesting. So you see that how it looks like it's moving southbound. That's really interesting. So originally it's moving east, and you can see how it kind of turns. So that might even be, yeah, that might even be moving. It looks like it's moving south now over Blanchard right now. Let's see, correlation coefficient here. Let's see the latest drop, or the latest view here, latest scan. It does not look like any debris signatures are visible as of now. So right now we're blind to the fact if there's a tornado or not. Which right now it's not been detected, but don't let it go detected right over your house. So if you're in a shelter, like I said, take them very seriously, okay? Serious situation out there. Yeah, this guy, let's see, Dungy Park, a bit of a drop out there, but I don't think that's nothing tornadic related, so that's good news. Let's see here. Bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings in northeastern Kansas. We got a tornado warning here in southeast Nebraska towards Dawson and DuBois. This is radar indicated 30 minutes ago, basically. 1.5-inch hail, and like I said, tornado is possible out of this one, or tornado is expected, is imminent, essentially. So if you're across areas of Humboldt, Dawson, DuBois, got to be in a shelter right now. Also for Iowa, on the western side, we have 2 tornado warnings here. The first one's in southwestern Iowa for areas out there basically west of Griswold. Let's see, yeah, Griswood here. For mostly areas here along, obviously it covers through 92. Oh, they just now canceled it. That's good. That's some good news. Then just north of that, we have this one tornado warning still in effect here for basically west central areas here of Iowa for Charter Oak, for, let's see, Shellswig, we have Deloitte and Kenwood. Those regions out there is kind of where we are looking out there for. So Deloitte, if you're in Deloitte, Iowa, would really watch out for this. Now, like I said, not only is there a tornado possibility here, but there's also a threat for very large hail, potentially up to tennis balls, in which that's some very, very, very nasty stuff that we're looking at out there. So we're going to need to keep an eye out there for those. The good news is, like I said, a lot of those tornado warnings are now canceled. They still have the one here towards Choctaw. They actually just now updated it. They moved it back from observe the radar indicated, which is interesting. I would have figured they'd remove that thing as a whole. Like I said, unless this thing recycles, I really don't see any tornado potential in it right now. Because like I said, right now it's just a bunch of outbound winds, no inbounds, and it's looking like there's really not much anything going on there. So that's good news. That's really good news overall. I mean, like I said, seriously, nothing appears to be occurring. Now, earlier, like I said, earlier out of the storm, now this storm does have the history of producing tornadoes, in which, like I said, it did produce a tornado here a little bit ago, in which, like I said, right now, like I said, does not look like it's doing such, which is obviously some great news. But overall, that is kind of what we are. That kind of is what we are looking at out there. Once again, if you live in Norman, Oklahoma, I would highly advise to be watching these regions here very, very closely, because, like I said, if you're in Norman, first of all, there's a possible tornado on this storm here, as we've been watching here. It looks like that rotation might have bled off a bit, which is good news. But also, like I said, not just that. You notice this big old line of pink here, kind of towards Newcastle. That's likely where we are seeing the potential for some very large hail. Radar is scanning some bigger objects out there, basically meaning that we are, once again, basically meaning that we are potentially seeing some pretty large hail out of it. And like I said, right now the radar, or the warning that's in place here, has this estimated to be 2.75 inches in diameter. So overall, pretty large hail, up to baseball size being possible. So we'll need to really be watching out for that. Yeah, I think they're going to remove this tornado warning here towards Choctaw and Jones here very, 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 very soon. So I think that's pretty much going to be removed here very, very soon out there. Absolutely. Oh, man, I tell you what, being live here for this long, it's a lot of talking. It definitely wears you down a bit. But like I said, we're going to keep on going. Oh, wow, they just issued another tornado warning here just south of Norman here for, like, Slaughterville, because of that south movement we were looking at there, looked like, towards Washington. A lot of warm air coming in from this little notch you see there. That is the inflow of the storm here, so definitely is a lot of good food going into the storm right there. Wow, dude, holy cow, look at that latest velocity cup. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is probably one of the strongest rotations we've seen all day. And that's a confirmed tornado right there. Still radar indicated there. They still have radar indicated. Right there, my friends, that is a confirmed tornado on the ground here. Right over 260th Street, 258th Street. Let's see here. MacArthur Avenue. Oh my gosh. That is kind of what we are looking at. So that is right there, my friends. That is a confirmed tornado. There it is. Big old debris ball. Big old debris signature out there. That is the worst. That's the biggest one we've seen all day. Easily. Wow. Dude, that is a pretty aggressive. I mean, look at that. That is a very strong area of rotation kicking off there. They still have it radar indicated for some reason. Obviously, that's very well. Oh my gosh. Whenever that's very well, not just radar indicated, but that's a confirmed tornado on the ground here. So this is not too far from Norman. This is not really tracking towards Norman anymore. It looks like it's just heading south. They're probably getting ready to get rid of that. Yeah, they actually got rid of that tornado warning there for Norman. But like I said here, y'all, that is some pretty daggone strong rotation that's currently unfolding there. Correlation coefficient, very large, very, very large debris signature there. You see that big ball there? That is like objects that has been destroyed by this tornado and lifted straight up in the atmosphere, and the radar is slicing it, essentially. So that is not good at all. So if you guys are across those regions, really got to be keeping an eye out there. Definitely got to keep an eye out there for it. Like I said, this is here basically southwest of Cole. Basically here just north of Dibble here. We are watching out for this here. This is right here towards Lazy Drive. Lazy Drive, 260th Street from what it looks like out there. Heading towards 240th Street. It looks like there's not many buildings under that, but I tell you what, there's definitely a big old debris scan. I mean, look at the size of this debris ball. I mean, that's a house, right? That's a house. Look at the size of that debris signature coming up from, really coming up there from radar there. That's a very, very large indicator that we are seeing, once again, very, very large indicator that we are seeing tornado damage ongoing here. They still have it radar indicated for some reason. I don't understand why. But that is definitely, that is what we are looking at right there. That is once again a confirmed tornado. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it really gets bad whenever things like turn black. You see that? Whenever things like turn black color, that really means that we are, like I said, that is real. That's wow. That is some very large objects being detected here by radar out there. That is just wicked. Very strong rotation. Let's see. Is this heading towards Cole? It might actually be heading towards the regions of Cole. Let me see here. Yes, that is heading right for Cole, it looks like. So if you guys are in the town of Cole, which is southwest of Norman, Oklahoma, you guys have got to be in your shelter right now. Let's see, Pilot with a $10 super chat. Pilot, thank you so much, dude. Greatly appreciate it. So keep it going. I will, Pilot. Thank you for the support. Greatly appreciated. But like I said, seriously, that is just very, very crazy stuff that's currently occurring in the storm here. Very strong rotation, very, very strong debris signature popping up here. I mean, like I said, once you start to see a lot of that blue and black start to pop up there, that is when things get really serious out there. Do I think it's an EF5? There's no way to tell, but I'd say it's unlikely. I would say it's unlikely. There's no way of me knowing this. There's really no way of me knowing this until surveyors go out there and they actually look at the wreck, essentially, and they see what's going on in the storm or what kind of damage this thing has produced in general. So right now, like I said, right at the moment, we are actually seeing ourselves, regardless, a lot of damage occurring here according to this. Like I said, I'm sure it's a strong one. It's definitely a strong tornado. I can tell you that. I guarantee you this thing's over EF0. I can tell you that. Very large debris signature there. Is currently located over, let's see. Wow. Yeah, a lot of these buildings you see here are really in a big problem right now. Let's see. This is for like Lazy Drive. This is for 23rd Street. What is that? Barith? I'm sorry, Birch. I couldn't read that. Very small text here. So Birch Lane. That's right where that's at. Heading right for Main Street, 266th Street here in Cole. Yeah, looks like Cole, you guys are about to get really hit here pretty good. This is near Alabama Avenue. Not really a big town from what it looks like, which is good news. But like I said, you guys possibly could be getting hit here very soon. Still radar indicated. What is going on here at the Weather Service? There we go. Now they went observed on that one. Like I said, Cole, you guys better be in your shelter right now. Like I said, you guys seriously have got to be, if you're not in your basement, or if you don't have a basement, if you don't have a storm cellar, you've got to be inside of the central interior room of your home. If you're in a trailer, completely get out of it and go into a building, or cover your head in a ditch. That is the last resort option. Do not stay in a trailer at all. That will provide you zero protection. That will get you killed. So seriously, get out of the trailer if you're in there. Go find a, go find a sturdier area to take cover in there. Definitely is very, very nasty stuff out there. But like I said, we're going to continue to watch the situation that's currently unfolding. Once again, everybody, there is a confirmed tornado. A tornado is on the ground relatively close to Oklahoma City here. Good news is it looked like it might have passed through Blanchard, which is great news. I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. I'm going to switch this radar view over. Oh, man. What is going on up here? Did they confirm? Okay, that's radar indicated. Okay. But we're going to switch this radar view up here. To KTLX on my bottom screen, just right below me. Like I said, once again, Cole, you guys, oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, you guys in Cole look like you're getting ready to get hit here. Listen, did they put a PDS on that? Yes, they did. They put a particularly dangerous situation on that warning there. Wow, I'll bring it up on this guy. Yeah, they just now issued another tornado warning in effect here. Look at that. You're in a life-threatening situation. Fire debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Wait, that's radar indicated. There we go. At 7:41 p.m. Central Time, a large and extremely dangerous tornado is located over Cole, moving east at 20 miles an hour. Let's see here. Yep, there you go. Cole is right under it. It is currently tearing up Cole right now. So if you know anybody in Cole, Oklahoma, which is right here south of Oklahoma City, they are currently getting hit by a tornado, and it looks like a very strong one too. This is a very strong area of rotation too. I mean, look at that right below me. That is like ridiculous. That is some very, very nasty rotation here. Let's do NROT here. Oh wow, dude! Holy cow! That is definitely a significant tornado. That's gotta be a significant tornado. You only see these signatures whenever there's a very large and dangerous tornado on the ground. And in this case, this thing is definitely causing a bunch of damage here. So this thing is heading eastbound now, heading eastward. Once again, it's at about 20 miles an hour. I'm going to go ahead and pause this here in the latest frame for a moment. We're going to go ahead and backtrack a few frames there. So it's tracking east. Yeah, it's going over Cole right now. It's heading right here towards areas like West Cottonwood Road. Let's see, heading right there towards, Paradise Airhaven Airport. So you guys out there got to be looking out for this storm in particular. Wyatt Airport. A lot of airports around this region, apparently. Flying A Ridge Airport. Why is there so many airports out here? That's interesting. But anyways, like I said, Cole, I don't like to say this, but like I said, it looks like you guys are completely getting destroyed out there. Because, I mean, like I said, this is your whole little complex of your whole town right here, and it's completely under this debris ball in the latest scan here. So, like I said, that is just not good. That is not good information right now that's currently popping up. Like I said, this is a very destructive situation that is currently undergoing here in Cole. Areas here in Oklahoma. Once again, this is about, I'm going to measure this really quickly. Let's see how far away this is from Norman. This is really not far from Norman either. Let me go ahead and switch over here to the measuring tool here. So from the central portion of the debris signature to central Norman, that is only, let's see, this is from between Norman and the central portion of Cole. This is only 10 miles away from Norman. Like I said, this is seriously a very, very very close to Norman. Now, it does not look like it's going to hit Norman directly. It is mostly just south here of Norman. We actually have ourselves very large hail being reported out of this here, too. 2.5-inch hail. That is tennis ball size hail that's being reported out of the storm as well. So it's not just a confirmed tornado on the ground. Look at the size of that debris ball now. It's not just a confirmed tornado at this point, but it's also, wow, this is nearly 2.5 miles wide on the correlation coefficient. Now, it does not mean the tornado is 2.5 miles wide. This is 2 miles across here. But that means that basically a lot of that debris is getting shot up and starting to spread out. So we're starting to see it spread out a bit. Does not mean the tornado is that wide, but there is, regardless, a lot of damage that is currently undergoing here in Cole. Like I said, Blanchard, it looks like you guys seriously dodged a bullet here, because this thing was wobbling and went right through Blanchard, went south, and kicked east. And wow, that debris signature, there's a lot of black and gray. And that really indicates that there is some very strong, very strong, very heavy damage that's occurring out of this here. Honestly, guys, we gotta say our prayers out there, because like I said, this is seriously very disgusting, very nasty stuff that is ongoing out there. Once again, very strong rotation you can see on both the views here. We got a report here, tornado broadcast media here. Reported here, let's see, McLean County, Oklahoma, broadcast media at 33 UTC reported a tornado. Obviously, yeah, it would not take much to actually, confirm that tornado out there, because like I said, this thing is seriously really kicking up here pretty strong. Like I said, definitely is some very nasty stuff out there. Pilot with a $2 super chat saying, thank you, Pilot, saying check Discord, reports under that. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look here at that real quickly. We're going to take a look over at our channel. We do have a Discord, guys. It is currently in the description. You guys can join this. Let me see here. I'm going to take a look here at this spotter chat maybe. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I don't see it right now, Pilot. Or maybe it's, oh, okay, no, I do see it now. Holy cow. This was at 8:45. Is this now? Is this now? All right, this is obviously not my photo, y'all, but seriously, this is what we're looking at. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, dude. The fact that they only had a slight risk out here too, that's what's really concerning. We're looking at a significant tornado, and there's not even There's not even a big threat out there for tornadoes. Look at that! Oh wow, dude, that is nasty, nasty. That is, wow. I have not seen a debris signature like this in a while. I have not seen a tornado like this in a while. Yeah, if this was going over, look at weather spotters confirmed tornado. Radar also confirmed it too. That's what that big old, wow, dude. See, this is life-threatening situation, damaging tornado. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. An extremely dangerous and potentially deadly tornado is on the ground. Protect your life. Take cover now. Move to a storm shelter, safe room, or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. That is that. And once again, tornado observed. Tornado damage threat considerable. And like I said, there's a big old ball here. You see that black blue ball? That right there is a debris signature. And that means that stuff, anything that could be picked up by a tornado is being scanned on radar. And that right there is confirming us that we do have a tornado that is actively on the ground. Very nasty situation here. Observed tornado. The good news is that they actually put that there. But I tell you what, my friends, if y'all live out in these regions here, it's going to be crossing over 35 eventually if this thing continues to produce continue to do what it's doing here. Honestly, if you're there towards Goldsby, I would highly consider keeping an eye out there for this storm here. Because like I said, Goldsby, you might be in line with this guy too. Let's see, further south of this here. Let's track here a little bit further south. So yeah, they're towards like Dick's Airport, Paradise Air Haven Airport there. That right there, my friends, is what we need to be looking out for. And this is heading directly towards your location here, which we need to look out for. Matthew, we're not doing zip codes right now since there's a destructive and deadly tornado on the ground. The last thing we want to do is leave this situation for a zip code. We're not going to do that right now. Oh man, yeah, like I said, this is a deadly situation for people out there. We're not doing zip codes right now. I mean, look at that rotation just right below me. This is some ridiculous, very heavy rotation that's occurring currently at the moment. I mean, like I said, this is just some very, very nasty activity that's currently occurring here. I mean, that velocity couplet is just crazy, very crazy, very crazy here. So we're gonna keep an eye out this here. We're gonna keep it out there. Let's see here. What's up? What do we got? So James, we're watching a very nasty tornado that's currently on the ground here, relatively close to Norman, Oklahoma. Currently popping off here. Let's do a little update. Nebraska City is apparently under a tornado warning here too. Let's see here. Also, Deloitte's still under that. They're still radar indicated, but yeah, obviously the main concern right now is this guy, a very strong and potentially deadly tornado that's currently kicking off here towards. Once again here towards Cole. Like I said, Cole just took a direct hit out of the storm here. All right, so latest scan, it shows that debris expanding and shooting all over the place here. Does not mean the tornado's done there, but that rotation's still very much there. Like I said, this thing's heading right towards Goldsby. Areas like Noble should watch out for this here too. That is, something we are needing to look out here for. Yeah, once again, Cole just got possibly wiped off the map with what just happened out there. Like I said, if we go back here, Cole is a little independent town. Not a big town, which is good. But like I said, I mean, seriously, they did just get hit here. Let's see here. Pilot says it will probably be EF2. Yes. It's safe to say that this was definitely a significant tornado. So a significant tornado classifies EF2 or higher. That is pretty much a for sure thing at this point. I'm sure damage is over EF2 or at or over. Let's see. Tornado is off the ground, says Pilot. From what we know, there's still a lot of nasty rotation that's still ongoing with the storm here. Let's see. We're gonna backtrack this. Yeah. I mean, look at that loop. I mean, that was a ridiculous storm there that was ongoing. Now, it's not off the ground right now. I think that right there might even be part of the tornado that's still on the ground here. Let's see. We're going to double check on that. Yes. Yeah, Pilot. No, it looks like it's still on the ground here. Look at that. See that little ball? It's currently over. It's just not really, it does not look like it's hitting anything because there's really not, well, there's a few buildings down there, but it does not look like there's much buildings as it was like in Cole, where there was a lot of structures out there. But yeah, no, it's right here currently from what it looks like. Let's see here, the latest scan out there. Okay, we just got a new scan coming through. Still confirming this tornado here, right there towards 280th Street and let's see, where is this at? Western Avenue. That is currently where we are seeing this. Like I said, if you're in Goldsby, this is heading right for you. Once again, this is right here in Goldsby. Right here in Goldsby, Oklahoma, directly south of Norman, a couple of miles south, really not far at all. Like I said, that is looking like a next possible area of impact here. Which Goldsby, I don't think. Yeah, once again, Goldsby is kind of a spread out town here. There's a pretty big house network out there though. Kind of in the northwestern side of Goldsby. It looks like this might just track here. No, that's going right there towards Goldsby. Okay, yeah, you can see it's kind of tracking right there at Goldsby. That's the tornado right there. Still apparently on the ground. If you're in Goldsby, guys, Goldsby, south of Norman, Oklahoma, you better be in your shelter right now because, like I said, this thing appears to still be on the ground and tearing up a bunch of stuff, in which we definitely need to be looking out for this here. Let's see here. Read timbers on the storm here. Houses are down. Power poles are down. Yeah, that's not surprising. Like I said, this is a very nasty, very nasty storm that's still continuing to ongo. Even rotation there, it's still kicking up there pretty strong. And like I said, that right there, that is believed to still be the debris signature that's still occurring. I mean, the atmosphere here across this region has been flooded with debris all over the place here, which is really crazy. But yeah, like I said, seriously, this is just some very nasty situation that's going on. This is also heading towards David J. Perry Airport. So if you're in Goldsby and David J. Perry Airport, here towards West Center Road. Let's see, also North Main Street. Like Goldsby Church. Let's see here. Markham's Nursery, Libby's, those areas, yeah, you better be in your shelter right now because you guys are about to get hit here. Let's see here. Also areas, trying to scan for like businesses to help kind of, put pictures in your heads of where this is at. Let's see. This is for, yeah. Wow, dude, this is heading right for heading right for that house network we were just talking about. That big area of houses that we were just looking at. Like I said, it looks like it's heading right for those locations. It is heading directly for those areas out there. So we need to really be looking out for this. Tornado is still on the ground, y'all, from what it appears. Yeah, this thing has been on the ground for the last while, actually. For at least 20 minutes. Let's see here. Getting radar drops. Where are the tornado? Yes. Like I said, homes and powers of Blanchard, Oklahoma, reed timber. Power poles broke. Some homes are down. Yeah, no, honestly. For sure. Let's see, Goldsby. Okay, I don't know. I don't really see. Let's see. Is that? Yep, observed still. They just issued a tornado warning now for the University of Oklahoma. Yeah, this. Oh, wow. You know what? This is heading towards pretty populated areas, it looks like. Yeah, it might actually hit Norman. It might be hitting South Norman eventually. Yep, see that rotation's still very strong here. Let's see, latest scans on that. We're going to backtrack this a minute. Wow, it looks like it's... Wow, look at that. Latest scan, it's picking back up again. Let's see, so signatures show this going right there. Okay, it looks like it might be swinging a bit. Wow, dude. Yeah, this was some pretty aggressive scans. Okay, so it's going, it looks like it might just pass northwest of Goldsby now. But if you're in Goldsby, you still better be in your shelter. Because this storm's like cranking in different directions. I've noticed it moves a lot. That is not good. Not good at all. Let's see here. We're gonna switch on back here to the latest frame. Yeah, let's see. So this is actually moving, heading towards pretty populated areas out there. Yeah, this is a very, very nasty situation here. Let's see, just north. Yeah, that's actually a good thing to mention. It's not just tornadoes. What is that? Is that another area of rotation popping off here south of that? Oh gosh. You guys, this might be another area of rotation that's trying to fire off here. Gosh, yeah, this has to be a significant tornado. And the crazy part is that these regions were barely in the 5% region. Just goes to show you, no matter what tornado risk you're in, could really throw out anything. I mean, look at this. We're going to switch back to this radar view. See how it kind of picked up there? Yeah, it was really strong. It kind of looked like it kind of wobbled a little bit, kind of weakened a little bit, but then it came back here in the latest few frames. Oh, man. Yep, there's the debris signature right there. Yep, so it's still on the ground there. I think Goldsby might be spared, but let's see. We're going to watch out for it. Switch back to velocity here for a moment. Yeah, we're going to keep this on a velocity here. All right, so this is tracking northeast here. Once again, oh, man, this is getting ready to go right over the highway. Yeah, this is getting ready to hit Interstate 35. Yeah, I mean, it's getting ready to cross right over 35 here. Also, it looks like it might be heading towards a Sleep Inn. Yeah, there's a hotel right there. That's a hotel. It looks like it might be heading right there towards that hotel, which is not good. It looks like it might be heading to that butterfly. Or I don't think there's a butterfly intersection. Whatever that intersection is, yeah, on the exit ramp there. The exit off into between Highway 9 and Interstate 35. Yeah, that is definitely a. Oh, dude, that's going right there at Sleep Inn. So if you guys are in Sleep Inn here, which is at, let's see, Sleep Inn here, basically southwest of Norman here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic. Southwest of Norman here. Tracking through. Is that? Oh, that might be a good sign. That might be a good sign. It looks like that tornado might be lightening up a bit. Latest scan, it just came through. You never know. Let's see here. Proxy with a $35 super chat. Proxy, thank you. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much, Proxy. Saying my apologies for being late. No, you're good. Thank you in advance for your life-saving forecast warnings. No problem, Prox. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. But like I said, I don't know. This might be some good news here. But like I said, who knows? We'll see. I mean, this has been a very, very nasty tornado. Yeah, it definitely looks like that rotation is bleeding out a bit. Not as strong as it once was. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It goes from this to that. So, okay, we might be good. We might be. I'm not saying we're good yet, but I'm. Oh man. Oh gosh, yeah, that. Yeah, that looks like that was trying to pop off there. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. Those two might. I mean, they were kind of rotating together back when this when that big tornado was still really kicking. Let's see. Did they just issue that? Let's see here. Okay. So they just now issued another tornado warning. Oh, they just tornado warned that one cell we were just talking about. Oh, shoot. So, like I said, there's another bit of rotation that was popping off out there towards, yeah, just south of that one tornado that was ongoing. And this one's there's now a tornado warning here south of that in effect for, like, Slaughterville, Etowah. Which, once again, guys, this is directly south of Oklahoma City. Also, a really big trail of large hail. Look at that, 2.5-inch hail being reported out there. This was 2.75. So we're literally seeing tennis ball to baseball size hail that is currently ongoing there. Wow. Oh wow! Look at this 3-inch hail report coming through. That's like nearly softball size hail. Let's see. Oh shoot. Oh, man. You guys, you know what? Look at that. 68-mile-an-hour wind gusts being reported out there. Yep, they have that warning there for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Holy cow, dude. Everything is being confirmed here. Yeah, Nebraska City is still under a tornado warning out there. So if you live in Nebraska City, would really consider watching this here. 1.75 inches, that's golf ball. 1-inch quarter size, 1.75 golf ball. So quarter size, the golf ball size hail has indeed been reported a lot in Nebraska City. Yep, new tornado warning just now got issued for areas of Iowa. Towards, let's see, Boyer, Huron, and Will Lake. Okay, so it looks like the rotation is not terribly strong right now, but like I said, it looks like it might be growing. RNS says is a tornado still on the ground. Let's see, we're gonna switch back to that. It looked like it was weakening a bit from the latest few velocity scans. Let's see, we're gonna switch back to this view, KTLX. Let's see, we're gonna pull up the latest frame. Yeah, no, oh yeah, no, I think we're good. I think it's dying out. I mean, you see how it went from that to that. So yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's gone, y'all. But like I said, another problem is arising down just south of that because this guy is trying to probably produce a tornado. Like I said, they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Slaughterville.
Expected hazards include tornado and hail up to 2 inches in diameter. This is a radar indicator.
Yeah, for Slaughterville and Etowah.
Impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught with
Yeah, Washington's also under the under this tornado warning, but I think you guys are good if you're in Washington.
vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous
Wow,
storm
dude.
will be near Nebraska City around 7:55 p.m. Other locations in the path of this tornadic
Oh my gosh, it's just ridiculous how many warnings we currently have out there, y'all.
move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor.
Look at all those. That's all the warnings right now. Each one of these is a severe thunderstorm warning, special marine warning there, tornado warnings, and confirmed tornado warnings out there.
Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
Yeah, like I said, Cole got hit very hard.
Has been issued until 8:30 p.m. in the following counties:
Yeah, you don't even see any more rotation out of that one storm.
Fremont, Iowa. National Weather
Okay.
Service meteorologists
Well, that's good. That's definitely good news.
from south of Gretna to south
Let's see, west of Goldsby. Yeah, there was a very large tornado that was there, and it just finally faded out. That's great news. Great news. We don't want any more of that. Let's see, west of Slaughterville here.
county northeast. The survey is in relation to the severe
Wow, dude.
storms that move through the
Yeah, no, those inbound winds, those winds heading towards radar are definitely increasing.
assessment includes
That could be another area of possible tornado development. We're watching very closely there towards Slaughterville, which is south of Oklahoma City.
tornado watch number 145 remains in effect
Which is let's see, yep, south of Norman. Yeah, directly south of Norman, essentially.
Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable.
Oh man, yeah, it definitely got really crazy out there.
Tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds in close to the watch area.
Look at that, Topeka, Kansas now getting hit from what it looks like. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there being possible. Let's see, do I even have any cameras out there in Kansas?
Stay tuned
I might got some cameras out there in Kansas. We'll see.
to radio and television outlets or internet sources for the latest
Cameras.
information.
I think we might actually.
Tornado watch number 145 remains in effect until 11 p.m. for the following counties:
We got still images, which sucks, but at least it's something. Let me go ahead and show you real quickly. So this is right here. This is the one in Topeka
southwestern Fremont County in southwestern
where we're looking at.
southeastern Nebraska, southeastern Taft County in south
Yeah, those are there.
until 8:30
Let's try like Iowa.
at 7:46 p.m.
Yeah, let's try Iowa cameras.
A tornado was located
Maybe these are better.
miles south of Nebraska.
Nope, still. What's up with these still images? So we got some storms popping off here. Also, it looks like in Lincoln.
And hail up to 2 inches in diameter.
Let's see here.
This is a radar
Radar Mega here.
impact. Flying debris will be
Let's see.
dangerous to those caught with
Oh, wow, 31-mile-an-hour wind gusts reported. 32-mile-an-hour wind gusts reported. 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts reported.
windows and vehicles will occur.
So that's how the storms there in Topeka.
This dangerous
So yeah, if you're in Topeka, gotta really be watching closely for that.
storms in the path of this tornadic thunderstorm include
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely getting really interesting out there.
floor of a sturdy building.
And like I said, the bad news is that the storms are not gonna end anytime soon. They're gonna continue on for hours to go. Not just from today. From today to tomorrow to Friday, severe weather is expected, which is just going to be very interesting stuff here. Let's see. All right, we're going to pause this latest frame. Yeah, look at that. Look at the infrared view on that thing. I mean, that is just a lot of heavy infrared views. Listen, it's got to be special marine warnings up there, I'm sure.
Service office in Omaha Northeast is currently conducting a storm survey for the area
Let's see. We're going to...
south of Springfield and Sarpy County Northeast.
No, there's not. There's actually a severe thunderstorm warning in northwestern Indiana. I'm going to switch you all over to real quickly. So, yeah, Indiana is actually in this right now. Quarter-size hail 5 minutes ago, 60 mile an hour. Or, sorry, less than 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Wow. Let's see.
Tornado watch number 145 remains in effect until 11 p.m. for the following.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, south of Oklahoma City, we still have this. Wow, look at that. Look at that cell, dude. Radar indicated here 2-inch hail being possible out of it. Oh, man. That thing's getting ready to drop a tornado, isn't it? All right, if you live in Slaughterville, ooh. Wow. Yeah, if you live in Slaughterville, which is in Oklahoma, south of Norman, you're got to really look out for this one. I tell you what. Yep, rotation's definitely starting to commence here. Let's see, anything on correlation coefficient? Dude, they should have definitely had that tornado threat upgraded in. That tornado threat should have definitely been higher than what it was across these regions out there. Let's see. Let me look at mesoanalysis. Yeah, I want to see what's going on out there. Holy cow! That is why we're getting so many big tornadoes. Let's see. Look at that. So we have very strong winds. Yeah, the winds are screaming north. Very strong low-level jet stream. So the winds are screaming like that. That is no wonder why we have these very large. No wonder why we have these very large tornadoes that's been happening here. Because the winds are screaming north at around like 45 knots. That is like wicked fast for lower level jet stream. 500 millibar analysis. Look at that. About 30 knots. That's why they're moving so slow. So at the mid levels of the atmosphere, they're moving slow. So they're moving like that. Wow, dude. Like that is just crazy stuff. So the winds are wicked fast across the lower levels of the atmosphere. Yeah, like I said, they're screaming northeast, mostly northly. Yeah, that's why we have these supercells out there towards Oklahoma City. I mean, that should have at least been a 10% risk out there, in my opinion. I mean, because that was very much needed. I mean, because we've already had a tornado out of this, and this one's shortly following. I mean, look at that supercell. Very nasty, very large cell in general. Sorry. Just saying it right off the bat. Very large cell. Let's see here. Zero with the $2 super chat saying, just saying hi. What's up, Zero? Hope you're doing good. Thank you for the 2. All right, so yeah, still radar indicated. Thank you so much, Zero. Really appreciate it, my friend. Let's see, velocity. Yeah, it's trying to wrap up there. It's trying to drop one, just like its big brother did just to the north of it. I think these warnings here, that's in effect, yeah, going to get canceled. I was about to say, looks like they're definitely really starting to getting ready to get canceled. They have 1 minute to go. This one's 31 for the University of Oklahoma. They'll probably remove that here soon. Yeah, they're probably going to get rid of that. Let's see. Slaughterville. Yeah, if you're in Slaughterville, really watch out for this guy. See, we have Needmore, Etowah, McKittyville, Willowview. Wow. Yeah, no, that is definitely some pretty aggressive stuff. And like I said, my friends, if y'all have any questions, like I said, please feel free to let us know. I'll try to get to them as best as I possibly can here. Because even though there's a lot of stuff going on, I'm going to try to help out as many people as possible. All right, here's the thing. Let me know which side of the state you are, and I'll tell you what's going on out there. Wow, 2-inch hail reported on that one cell towards Slaughterville. Noble. Noble's the next closest town to Slaughterville, which you can see if I switch over back to this view. Here's Slaughterville. Noble is northwest of that, and there's a report right there. Train weather spotter in the county of Cleveland, Oklahoma. 2 miles east of Noble.
Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio.
Oh, they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. I tell you what we're going to do. What I should have probably done a long time ago.
Repeating, tornado watch number 145 remains in effect until 11.
Is switched to an Oklahoma radio. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. Let's see. This is...
National Weather Service
now I see why I didn't do that, because there's not many stations. I swore there was one there in Oklahoma.
The National Weather Service office in Omaha Northeast is currently conducting.
Now, we got one in Stillwater. That might work.
Moving northeast at 25 miles an hour.
There we go.
Expected hazards include 60 miles an hour wind gusts.
All right, well, that'll work.
This is a radar indicator.
Let's see here.
The following
But yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely crazy stuff out there. Let's see. Check on Twitter. Wow. Oh my gosh.
northeastern Oklahoma City.
All right, y'all. This is in Cole. Remember Cole? They got hit earlier. Right there. Pretty nasty damage being reported out there. Let's go and switch y'all over to the Twitter view. So, gosh. Yeah, that is tornado damage near Cole, Oklahoma. Like that's some pretty heavy stuff. I mean, the sidings of that home has been ripped off. Roofs are gone. Part of the roofs is in the trees. Oh man, yeah, that. Now, I obviously this is going to have to go under extensive research and extensive observation. But this kind of looks like EF2 damage. Obviously, that's not the final rating. I cannot say that that's what it is. But just by looking at it, compared to other similar events, that looks like EF2 damage. But also, this is one picture from one location. There could be much worse damage out there from this storm. So, once again, that's just my thoughts on what this could at least be. Wow. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is quite nuts. It actually looks like that rotation that was there towards Slaughterville. That rotation there towards Slaughterville actually might be dying out. Yeah, look at that. Oklahoma City is now under a severe thunderstorm warning for golf ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there. Yeah, it looks like a lot of hail potential there towards like areas near Valley Brook. Towards Valley Brook, maybe? Let's see, I'm going to switch back over.
Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. The National Weather Service has issued tornado watch.
But yeah, no, if you're across areas of Valley Brook, let's see. We have Walmart, we have Capitol Hill High School, we have let's see, Surgical Hospital of Oklahoma, Southeast High School, Interstate 35. Yeah, you guys are probably getting some hail out of this here. Like I said, maximum potential up to golf ball size. Yeah, golf ball size hail and also 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts being possible out there. So, yeah, pretty aggressive storm from what it looks like. I got a tornado warning in Kansas, southwest of Topeka. Wow, look, that's a fat supercell. Tell you what, a little bit of a dangly there. That is the hook. It's starting to hook a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of rotation there. Kind of heading towards Elmdale. Yeah, heading right there towards Elmdale. Even towards Strong City, potentially. So, wow, dude. 3-inch hail potential. Oh, look at that. Weather spotters also reported a funnel cloud out of that storm. 3-inch hail. That is like nearly, that's like softball size hail. I'm pretty sure it's slightly smaller than softball size hail, but it's close. It's definitely larger than baseball. It's a 1/4 of an inch larger than a baseball, for reference. Which, yeah, 3-inch hail. But yeah, that's tracking right towards Elmdale, actually. Gotta watch out for that guy. There's also another tornado warning here in Nebraska City. Radar indicated 10 minutes to go on that guy. Another one here 25 minutes ago, southwest of Rockwell City. Sorry, Rockwell City. Wow. I'm curious to see what's going on there. Yeah, I mean, these winds, even at the surface, y'all. I mean, look at this. So this is the markers, little wind barbs here. You can see the winds are pointing in, and they're pointing up. They're pointing north. So the winds are blowing north here from the south to the north. And a lot of these are cruising at the surface even. You know, the wind slows down once it gets towards the surface versus upper levels. And on, like I said, at the surface, that's what really can fire off some tornadoes. We're seeing like 20, 30, 35 knots. Yeah, about 20, 30 knots, actually. That's pretty fast, and that is enough to pop off some tornadoes, especially with these strong winds that are at the surface. Like, out of this cluster of storms here, it looks like the winds are moving around 15, 25 miles an hour, which is interesting. Yeah, like I said, this whole entire cluster, I'll tell you what, no, we need to update that. What am I saying? There we go. All right, this is the latest update here. I was about to say, it looks a little old there. Yeah, there's that big supercell. The reason it looks all weird is because this is multiple radar scans. See how there's some diagonal this way, some of them straight, because the radar either south or north of that. In that direction, yeah. A bunch of radar scanning the same storm. But look at that sucker. Wow. Yeah, no, that's definitely a hail producer. Winds nearby that one are like 25 miles an hour, basically. Pretty fast moving. 1,003 millibars. Yeah, so overall, we have this very strong area of low pressure across the Central Plains region, really driving up. So this is actually going to be, this is obviously the main concern of this. All right, well, we're going to switch back over here to this view. Because we still got that tornado warning there towards Slaughterville. Honestly, I think that it's going to be all right towards Slaughterville. I think that potential is faded out a bit. Yeah, definitely believe that that's faded out quite a bit here.
At 7:43 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles south of
Golly.
moving northeast at 25 miles an hour.
Let's see, we're going to go ahead and switch on back here to southwestern Oklahoma here.
This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs.
Wow.
Entries. Locations and
Let's see, Oklahoma Metro getting hammered. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, you guys, like I said, Oklahoma City itself is under a severe thunderstorm warning for the potential here of golf ball size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of this guy. You see, severe thunderstorm warning for 1.25 inch hail out of that one. So that's basically $half size northeast of Oklahoma City. Kickapoo Nation. Oh my gosh, I remember that area. We were laughing at that one day. What about that tornado south of Topeka? Okay, this one here. Yeah, we're watching this guy too. Wow. Yeah, like I said, there was actually a funnel cloud reported out of this one. Yeah, weather spotters reported a funnel cloud. Also, look at this. 3-inch hail. It's very hard to see here. We're going to see. Yeah, also 3-inch hail. Once again, that's literally larger. I mean, literally larger than baseball size hail. Which is nuts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Jacob, your post is really blowing up there, dude. 24 likes already on Twitter. Wow. Okay, y'all, I think we have another tornado situation here. That's some very, very strong rotation popping off. So if you live in Elmdale, very strong rotation currently kicking off here in the little town of Elmdale here. Let's see. We'll take a look at correlation coefficient. Once again, there was a confirmed funnel cloud out of this one, spotted by weather spotters a little bit ago, which was really, really crazy. Once again, 3-inch hail potential on that guy. Let's see reflectivity out of this. Wow. Okay, yeah, it's definitely kicking that classic supercell shape to it. You know, it's definitely showing that classic supercell shape to it. Hail is probably right there falling towards tall grass prairie. Yep, that hook is definitely materializing quite well. Yeah, look at that. That rotation's definitely getting strong. Very, very strong out there towards Elmdale. Let's see. This is tracking northeast. Let's see. We're going to move back over there. Yep, like I said, it's going right there towards Elmdale. Wow, dude. Okay, if y'all live out there towards Elmdale, once again, this is in Nebraska, southwest of Topeka. Currently, we're looking at. Let's see here. We got a. Yeah, honestly, I do think that this storm here near Slaughterville, I really don't see much potential out of it. Oh, we got a few storms actually in Texas now. And we're starting to get a few of these guys popping off now. Yeah, beforehand, there was like no... Wow. Okay, if we discrete cells towards Abilene, 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts out of these guys. 33, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and $half size hail is possible out of this one. So that's right over Abilene, Texas. Dude, no way. There is... See, this is a problem. There is a bunch of discrete cells. Basically, individual storms is popping off out of this. I mean, look at this. I mean, just a bunch of discrete storms firing off here. Yeah, like I said, the Abilene storm is right there. Winds are moving northwest, kind of inflowing the storm there. And of course, that train of storms kicks its way up into Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma City really got targeted today. Y'all got hit pretty good from what it looks like. Definitely crazy. Let's see, we're going to switch back here towards Slaughterville. Yeah, so we still have that there. Slaughterville, still under tornado warning for the next 17 minutes. Yeah, you see these streaks right here, y'all? This is likely where we are seeing some hail. And in this warning, we actually have 2-inch hail being a concern out there. All right, we're going to double check on this guy in Strong City here. Radar indicated, yeah, this one was showing some pretty nasty rotation here a little bit ago. Near Cottonwood Falls, Strong City here. Let's see, Elmdale. Oh, shoot, yep, I had a feeling it would. It went observed here. All right, we're switching back to Topeka here. Oh, wow, look at that thing. That is a classic supercell. Oh, yeah, right there towards Elmdale. So, Strong City, yeah, y'all in Strong City should probably watch this guy pretty closely. Yeah, because this thing is definitely cranking up here. Yeah, this is the one in Nebraska. Or, sorry, not Nebraska, Kansas. Yep, Kansas. Tracking northeastward. Yeah, this is eventually going to cross over Highway 50 if this thing continues to produce tornadic activity. So right now it's over like see county country. Okay, yeah, it's county. County road there. Getting ready to track into Strong City here pretty soon. Might even pass northwest of Strong City. Let's hope so, because like I said, this thing's a tornado that's currently observed now. Let's see what that message says. Law enforcement. So probably a police officer reported or confirmed this tornado out there. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Pretty disgusting. We don't want to see any of the more of that. Ugh. Yeah, no, today definitely performed very well.
The severe thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled.
See, not Texas firing up here in Stewart. Let's see, look at that real quickly. Big old severe thunderstorm warning here south of Topeka for quarter-size hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
29 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles west of Morrison, moving northeast.
Let's see here. We're going to switch back to a little reflectivity. Oh, there you go. So you said Stewart. So that's what you're looking at there, not Zach. That's kind of what's going on there towards you. It's got this little pop-up storm. Yeah, then you got Sac City here. Just under a severe thunderstorm warning at the moment here for 1.5-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And a tornado warning just south of that. Yeah, several miles south of that here towards Wall Lake. Oh, man. Let's see if they updated anything.
A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southeastern Noble and north central Payne counties.
Wow.
8:29 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles.
Let's see. So I'm waiting for these guys to remove. Etowah need more. McKittyville.
This is a radar indicated threat. Impact people and animals outdoors will be injured.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see much potential in this cell at the moment
Windows and vehicles.
towards those regions. However,
Locations impacted include Stillwater.
wow. Yeah, that rotation's very strong.
A tornado watch remains in effect.
3-inch hail, too, potentially out of this.
Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. For your protection,
Yeah, like I said, it really looks like...
lowest floor of a building. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 147,
see here.
effective until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This watch includes the following counties in Oklahoma, Lincoln.
Ah, man, that's going to be cutting really close to Strong City there.
Tornado Watch means the conditions are favorable for the development.
Yeah, it looks like Cottonwood Falls might get passed by this.
Hail and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not
Yep.
be imminent, persons should remain alert.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely watch for that one closely.
Listen for later statements and
Could very well,
stay tuned to NOAA weather radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources
Wow,
for the
dude.
latest severe weather information. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number
Oh, man.
148, effective until midnight Central Daylight Time Thursday.
yeah, you guys please be safe out there.
Includes the following counties in Oklahoma, Creek and Pawnee. Remember,
Going right there. It's definitely looking like it's going to pass Cottonwood Falls.
tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds.
Strong City, on the other hand, here.
While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions.
Yeah, it's going to cross over 50 again.
Later statements and possible
Highway 50 here. Let's see, we're going to switch back to correlation
weather
coefficient.
radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet
Slight drop there, but it's not as crazy as what I thought it would look.
Logan County is canceled.
Probably because it's not really hitting that much, right? I mean, yeah, there's really not many buildings out there
Therefore, the
in
warning
its path, so it probably just hasn't hit anything. But yeah, this thing has been observed, though, from law enforcement.
remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight.
So it's just a matter of time before it actually really hits something, before it really shows popping up.
At 8:29 p.m.
Thing's a nugget. I think it's a chicken nugget now.
severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles west of Morrison.
Yeah, you can see law enforcement confirmed that. Chicken nugget storm.
Hazard, ping pong ball size hail and 60 miles an hour wind gusts.
All right, let's see here. Sac City.
Indicated threat. Impact people and animals outdoors.
Okay, let's
will
see
be
here.
injured.
We have Lakeview.
Expect hail damage to roof, siding, windows.
Yeah, Lakeview's in the front of that warning there.
Wind damage to roof, siding, entries.
Let's see, we're going to switch back to radar up here in central Iowa.
Perry, Morrison, Glencoe.
Yeah, well, Wall Lake there. Radar indicated threat for a tornado.
Watch remains in effect for the warned area.
Honestly, I don't really see much out of that anymore.
For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Wow.
The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 147.
Man, yeah, hopefully these get canceled soon. What I'm going to do is once these tornado warnings get expired, I'm probably going to call it a little bit. probably call it a stream for a little bit, and I might go live later on tonight for some more activity. Cause, here, let me show y'all something, because this is just gonna be continuous coverage here. I mean, we're not gonna be able to cover the entire thing, unfortunately. We've already been live here for nearly 3 hours, so here pretty soon I'm probably gonna call it a stream. Let's see here. We're gonna pause. There we go. So yeah, you can see as we track way down in time, few cells could fire off here. They're gonna be continuing off for a while. And at nighttime, you see this big old line roll through. I mean, look at that. So it's more than one line. Yeah, that's the cold front. So these are just prefrontals, I guess. Yeah, and you can see as we track way down in time, this big old line fires off here. It shows me getting like terrible stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna stay here for at least a little bit longer while these tornado warnings are still popping off a little bit. Hopefully they all go away eventually. Whoa, look at that hook! Holy cow, dude. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is a classic supercell look to it. That is wicked. Let's see, Needmore, we have Etowah. I think it's going to pass north of McKittyville. Definitely Willowville. Slaughterville, you're good. Yeah, Oklahoma City, though. Yeah, these two cells are merging. These two cells are merging out there. Good news is it's mostly out of Norman. So. Wow. Yeah, and of course you got all this here. That's that potential hail. If you're under that, you're probably seeing some hail out of it. Kind of where your downdraft is. Yeah, Chicken Nugget storm still observed here, damaging tornado in 3-inch hail. Yeah, if this thing confirms, it'll be 3-inch hail and a tornado. See, north of Needmore is trying to rotate. Let's see. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. All right, we're gonna switch this over to velocity here. North of Needmore. I see west of Needmore. That. See how much longer these guys have. So 7 minutes on that guy. We have 7 minutes on that guy, and we have 7 minutes on that guy. So these storms are going to be expiring in about 7 minutes if they don't get an extension here. Yeah, like I said, this guy right here towards Cotton. Wow, dude. Yeah, that thing's still continuing to kick off very strong here towards Strong City. Like I said, Cottonwood Falls, you guys definitely dodged that one. Oh, I think that's a slight drop. That even right there. I think that's a, wow. I think that's a, oh, man. Yeah, that's definitely a slight drop right under that heavy rotation there. Oh, what's going on down there? You see that? Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for southeastern Noble and north central Payne counties. Try northwestern Iowa. Okay, yeah, that one's probably about to be canceled here very soon. Because it once again, it doesn't look like anything crazy's happening in it anymore, but also it's kind of moving out there. Let's see. Coal is sadly but surely done for. Yeah, for sure. Emergency vehicles everywhere going to coal. That's good. Well, at least they definitely need support out there. I tell you what. Yeah, that was brutal. Holy cow. Yeah, I got a lot of reports coming through here. Here, I'm going to switch all over to Twitter. Let's see here. Yeah, I got a lot of reports coming in from Twitter here. From Yo-Yo. Wow. Oh yeah, that's EF2 damage at least. That's just so sad. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that brick. Dude. Oh my gosh, dude. That's terrible. That is some terrible stuff. How did they already have tarps up, though? Are you sure this is current and not some old tornado photo? After the math? It's a little suspicious. They already have a tarp up there, even though it just happened. And I don't even think it's that daylight out there anymore. All right, let's see. We're gonna switch back. Yeah, we need to keep. Oh, look at that. They just issued another. Yeah, they just issued another one here. Let's see. Eastern. Strong City. There we go. Topeka. Wow, look at that. Very compact rotation there. Correlation coefficient. Still nothing. Still nothing on CC, but it's definitely confirmed there. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, they just issued another another tornado warning ahead of it for Dunlap, Americas. Yeah, they're getting rid of these guys. All right. Take a look here back towards Norman. Holy cow, look at that supercell. Dude, that's a classic. Things look like it's curling some weights or something. You see that? Them biceps. It's like it's curling a dumbbell. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. That's... Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy looking. Definitely some rotation out of it. Cool Cole says any tomatoes spotted. No tomatoes spotted, but tornadoes, yes. There's been tornadoes spotted. Yeah, it's going right there towards going right towards Etowah. Whew. Yeah, we need to watch this. All right. Oh wow, they just they issued another tornado watch actually. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and 2.5-inch hail until 1 o'clock a.m. See, Oklahoma severe damage is being reported. Yeah, I hear that. Oh man, yeah, they extended that warning. They're about to remove this warning here in 1 minute. So, see, it died. Which one? Wow, dude. Still radar indicated though. Oh wow. Yeah, no, it looks like that hook is getting cut off, so that might be good news. Yep. It's probably going to lose its potential here in a moment. Let's see here. We're going to switch back over to this view. You're listening to Stillwater Weather Radio. Yeah, this is observed still. 2.75. They actually brought down the hail a little bit. Damaging tornado and baseball size hail. Wow. Yeah, that's overall a very destructive storm. And the relative humidity 73%. The wind was southeast at 18 miles an hour, gusting to 25. The pressure was 29.6. I mean, look at that. At Ponca City, it was partly cloudy. The temperature was 78.
The dew point 63.
All right, they got rid of that one.
59%. The wind was south at 20.
See, 45 minutes ago. I got.
The pressure was 29.5.
Man.
Temperatures in rising.
Okay, 45 and 6. Wow, look at that. That's actually kind of 2 areas of rotation. See that right there?
The wind was southeast at 24.
Holy cow, dude.
The pressure was 29.55 inches and steady. At Guthrie, it
Man.
was mostly cloudy. The temperature
Yeah,
was
that's pretty crazy.
The dew point 62 and the relative humidity 78%. The wind was southeast at 23, gusting to 33.
Kansas City, Missouri is just going to miss Kansas City. No. It's not going to miss Kansas City. Yeah, there's Kansas City. That's the line right there. It's heading towards you. Yeah, it's tracking towards Kansas City. But anyways, well, like I said, y'all, I think we're going to call it a stream for now. We're going to come back live on this later here because, like I said, I mean, this is going to be continuous for the next 3 days, constant severe weather. I won't be able to cover it all, so going to take some breaks in between. So we've been live here for now 3 hours pretty much. I think that's a good stopping point for a little bit. I understand severe weather is going to continue. I wish I could cover it all, but I can't. But we'll probably pick up here sometime here in a little bit. So we'll be back here. We'll be back here later. Probably do a little bit of night shift. Probably like early morning tomorrow. So. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, my friends. Well, we'll be back here later on. Y'all take care. If y'all have any questions, make sure you join our Discord. If you have any immediate questions about anything going on, join our Discord down below. And like I said, but that is how we're seeing here. Let's see here. Not Texas. All right, sounds good, Andrew. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciated. Take as long breaks you need, my man. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Not Zach. Listen, this stuff is, believe it or not, very, very, very straining on somebody, mentally and physically. Believe it or not, even physically. All right, we're gonna go ahead and drop it for now, y'all. But we'll be back here later. Just gonna go and get some dinner, go eat, rest for a little bit, lay down, and then we'll be back over here later on for more coverage. Because, like I said, this is gonna continue for a while, so. We'll keep y'all updated. Once again, special thanks goes to our donors for today, Pilot and Proxy. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Also, Zero Pilot Proxy. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you so much for your donation. Very, very sweet. Really does help us keep going, y'all. Keeps us up with the programs. Helps support me as well. If you guys would like to donate to us, we have that little dollar icon in the bottom right-hand corner if you guys do want to donate before we head off here. Like I said, it's something you can do. Just if you guys want to send a little extra support out there, that is available. And like I said, don't worry about it. If it's totally fine. If not, like I said, it's just there if you guys wanted to. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, though, on the way out. Turn post notifications on. That way you guys are staying alert with the latest information whenever we do go live and stuff like that. So, all right, y'all. Well, once again, please stay safe out there. Make sure you join our Discord if y'all have any questions. We'll be active in there. And, all right, well, y'all take care. Stay safe, and we'll catch you guys. See you later on. Once again, my friends, love y'all. Please stay safe out there. Catch you guys later on. Peace out, my friends.
For the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA weather radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 148, effective until midnight Central Daylight Time Thursday. This watch includes the following counties in Oklahoma: Creek and Pawnee. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA weather radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Wind advisory remains in effect until 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday. What? South south winds 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 45 miles an hour expected. Where? Portions of northwest and west central Arkansas and east central, northeast and southeast Oklahoma. When? From 1 p.m. this afternoon to 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday. Impacts. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Motorists should exercise caution while driving. Be alert to sudden gusts of wind which may cause you to lose control of your vehicle. Extra attention should be given to crosswinds and on bridges and overpasses. Wind advisory in effect from midnight tonight to 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday. What? Southwest winds 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts up to 45 miles an hour expected. Where? Portions of central, northern and northwest Oklahoma. When? From midnight tonight to 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time Thursday. Impacts. Gusty winds